50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, everyone. Apologies for the timing, but we are here. And this is a Monday night. Not the greatest of weekends for Liverpool Football Club, but we are still back with you. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. Be respectful to everyone else in the comments as well as us, and we will reciprocate that respect back to you guys. As always, make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, and make sure you engage with us. Matt Drift, how you guys doing this evening?
About better days, better weekends.
Well, we've got a few topics to talk about. We're going to speak about injuries. We're going to speak about what happens between now and the World Cup, our top 4 chances. But, I mean, we're going to start off with a segment that might take quite long. But I just want your honest and open answers. We're getting called out by people in the comments about this online. I've seen a few people say stuff to us. So I'm just going to go around the circle. Just want a one-word answer. Drifty, are you Klopp in or Klopp out?
Klopp in.
Matt, are you Klopp in or Klopp out?
Klopp in. Klopp in.
And to ask myself the same question, am I Klopp in or Klopp out? I'm Klopp in. And that ends that segment.
$100. We're done.
Even though he wrote me a check.
We're done.
So we don't want to see or hear that conversation pop up again. Right, boys. So we finished that subject. Next on the agenda. Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest. 20th in the league and like
19th now.
But what's
Crazy,
more frustrating after that weekend is, let's be real, results went well for us. Chelsea dropped points, Man United dropped points, even Arsenal dropped points if you're looking that far ahead.
Do you know what, Cal? They did go well for us, but I'm a half glass empty, brother.
Oh, and pimping the stress. Where are you, man?
That ain't well, man. Well is when we win and they drop points and we gain ground. Do you know what I'm saying? What I call it when that happens and we lose is catch a blind. Could have been worse. That's what I call it. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I was looking, I was like, right, we'd have won. We'd have gone level on points with Man U. We'd have only been like 1 or 2 points behind Chelsea. And it would have felt kind of all right. Like it would, do you know what I mean? Like it would have felt like, all right, cool. Like this top 4 thing, let's do this, innit? Now, I don't know, man.
So, as you guys know, I've got to come off screen for like 2 minutes for a reason that I don't want to share with the people. But before I do come off the screen for a couple of minutes, I want to ask you guys.
It's that joke. Apologies, people.
More like this, Drift.
I'm so tired of this shit. Man, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
Literally and figuratively. So I'm going to ask you guys, after seeing the win,
it's funny for me still.
Oh boy. So, you proper throw me off here. So after the weekend and what's happened, do you think we will still get top four? And what do we have to do now to survive and get results between now and the start of the World Cup? So I'll start with top four. Matt, I'll start with you. I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. God willing.
Yeah. All right. So, do I think we will still get top four? I'm gonna be honest. As things stand right now, no. Can we do it? Yes. It's gonna be one hell of a fight. Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of 2 seasons ago when we had no centre backs and we had Kabak and them man at the back. It reminds me of that type of season, you know. Things aren't going right, hella injuries. We need a lot of things to happen. And for starters, do you know what we need? We need a fully fit squad for longer than 2 months. We need a
2
fully
months,
fit,
bro. More like
bro.
2 weeks, bro.
That's true. I don't know why I said 2 months.
Bro, 2 months, bro. I wish it was months. We could get a run going if it was months.
Bro, do you know what's so mad, yeah? When I say fully fit squad, there's gonna be like 1 or 2
You mean
like
90%?
minor.
You mean
90%.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
even 85%. Bro, 4 games in, I think it was, we had 9 people out. 9.
No, bro, wasn't that the first game of the season we started?
I think it was it's within the first.
We started the season, bro.
Not the first game. I think it was like the 3rd or the 4th game where they made a big deal out of it, and rightly so. We had so many players missing. Like, bro, you can't get top 4 if you don't have 80% of your squad there or 85, 90. It's not gonna happen. You need a bit of luck. We need a bit of luck right now, bro, but we're not getting it. And as things stand, it worries me because, again, I get it. Like, we had loads of injuries, but that team we put out on the weekend, that should have beaten Forest regardless. It should have beaten Forest. There's no excuses at all, in my opinion. I understand the players had no cohesion, players that were playing and they've just come back from injury. I hear that as well. But all respect to Nottingham Forest, they're not a team that you would expect that should be given us that type of trouble. And what's so crazy is that they didn't really give us trouble. I know they scored a goal, but we pretty much dominated the game without really doing anything. It's one of them ones.
Here's
And
the funny thing.
And just quickly, to answer the second part of Cal's question, would we, like, the run of games like after the World Cup and whatever, bruv, that kind of answers itself. And that's what I said. I'm going to go back to the injuries. Bro, if we get our players back, yes, we can do something. If we do not get our players back and we keep going week in, week out, 5 players missing, 6 players missing, 7 players missing, we're not going to get top 4. We just won't do anything. We won't. So it's about injuries for me. That's so key. But yeah.
Before I answer the question, because I'll probably forget. I mean, I think I've even forgotten now what the point was I was going to make. So, it was about the injury you said, or something I was going to say.
Well, how many? Yeah, go on.
Here's what's a mad pattern of the last 4 years, bro. Hella injuries.
Yeah.
Straight after a sensational season.
Okay.
It's a 4-year pattern now, bro. So 1920, we have no squad depth, but it doesn't matter. We blow the league apart. Absolutely blow the league apart. In fact, we won the league in record time. Nobody's ever won the Premier League as soon as we did. And let's be honest, it probably would have been sooner without the pandemic, right? So we have that. Following season, what happens? Injuries everywhere. Season wrecked. We struggle to get top 4. Season after that, what happens? Absolutely sensational season. Nearly win the quadruple. Unprecedented. Never done in English football history ever for a team to win all 4 major trophies. Play every single game available. What's happened in the following season? Inundated with injuries. So it's like we have this cycle where the squad is pushed to the limits and we achieve something. And then as a consequence of that, the following year, everybody's body breaks down. Do you get what I'm saying? So can you see this pattern that seems to have happened?
Yeah.
Great season, injuries. Great season, injury. So what does that mean? Next season will be a great season? I don't know. But what I'm saying is a pattern is starting to emerge. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Like,
I hear that. I
Is
definitely
it
hear
the
that because
intensity? Is it the workload?
yeah,
Is it what we put the players through? Is it age? I don't know. But it does seem to slightly become a little bit of a pattern now. People like to say things, oh, seventh season syndrome and all that stuff. Where if you want something to actually look at, maybe
yeah.
start to see a pattern that's developing in how well Liverpool are one season from another. So I don't know, bro. I really don't know. But a lot needs to be changed, whether it's personnel or training methods, to try and lessen it. Because even though a lot of these injuries are probably accidental, circumstantial, whatever, at the same time, it could be the workload. It could be that they're being put under too much pressure. It could be, and pre-season with the 2 or 3 training sessions a day, that definitely doesn't help, does it? Let's keep it a buck. Like, no, if no one else is doing it,
Yeah,
why
do
are
you know
we
what?
doing it?
I agree with you. I think, and here's the thing. So I said injuries, yeah, but I didn't go into detail. You went into detail. I'm glad you did because it's like we kind of need to understand why we're getting these injuries. Like you said, is it the age? Is it intensity? Is it like, I don't know, like it probably is that it's just naturally, if you think about how much we put into training, how much we put into our games, how we play, it's going to take a toll on anybody. You can't be the same year in, year out, year in, year out. Do you know I'm going to use as a prime example? And I don't even want to do this, yeah? But I was looking at it. I saw a compilation, I think it was yesterday. I'm just going to bring up this name and I want people to put a 1 in the chat if you agree or 2 in the chat if you disagree. Fabinho looks like in one summer, his legs have aged about 3 to 4 years. He was never the quickest. But one thing I used to notice, and tell me if you agree, people in the chat, put 1 in chat or 2 if you disagree. One thing I noticed, even though he wasn't the quickest, he was still quite agile because he's quite light on his feet. So when it came to turning and just being able to like quickly stick a leg out, he could do it, right? Because he's still quite agile, believe it or not. Bro, Fabinho looks like and the thing is, when I say heavy, his legs are heavy. Not like him, he's put on weight. His legs are just heavy to the point where the demands have taken so much. And do you know what it is? There's a combination of things, I think, bro. There's a combination of just general mileage, a combination of players like Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, of those midfielders that were supposed to help him over the years, but didn't. He had to take on more responsibility. The responsibility that he had to take on when he played centre-back as well. He was mainly our only real DM for many, many years until Klopp kind of thought, you know what, I'll use Henderson there. I feel really bad for him, bro, because he's a talented player. And I almost feel like he needs like a year off to get back to where he was before. And maybe I'm going over the top here, but bro, he's one of the most important players in our team in how we set up. Like everything kind of goes through him. We're not just talking screening and cutting passing lane. We're talking about even starting the attacks. Bro, when he gets the ball, he takes ages to turn. I think he knows he's in bad form, his indecisiveness. So his mind is slow, his body is slow. Bro, tell me if you feel like what you even said a minute ago about how you feel about the injuries, whatever, apply to him. Because he looks like one of those players, bro. Even if we take out injury, he just looks like he's really under the cosh.
No, he does. You're right. The only reason why I don't necessarily know if I would say that it is wear and tear is because, thankfully, and I don't even really want to put this out in the atmosphere, but I have to for the sake of conversation, he's been one of the more fitter players in the last 18 months. Like when we look at those statistics, he played 4,000 minutes last season, which isn't the injuries, which isn't the minutes of an injured player. And thankfully, he hasn't been injured this season. So I don't think it's wear and tear. I think there's an external, outside of football reason, maybe.
You don't
And I
think
know
it's
people.
mileage?
I'm not saying it's not mileage, bro. But
Yeah.
here's my take, bro. He turned 29 yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I know a Klopp system, and I know playing the way Klopp plays does take a lot out of you. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it does. But I don't believe that at 28 you're old enough for it to have affected you like that. I think you need to have maybe been a little bit older. And the reason I'll say that is for 2 reasons. One, I don't think Klopp's way of playing makes you age over a summer holidays. I think we would have maybe noticed it from a year ago or something if it was real. It can't just happen like that, bro.
I hate
you don't literally just get long in the leg like
Well-
that. Like it's still a progressive thing that happens, bro.
I'm trying to remember this. I'm bigger Ash Q if this did happen. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if you remember it. So he did his hamstring at the end of last season. Now, I'm not saying it stems to one issue, but
Yeah, because he wasn't fully fit for the Champions
yeah,
final.
a lot.
That is true.
That's it. I remember now. A lot of people in the chat are saying they feel like it is wear and tear. Like, and I feel
I
like
mean,
it's
you
because
can pull your hamstring at any time. We can't just call any
no, no,
injury
no, no, no,
Klopp
no,
and
no, no,
warn you
no,
out.
no, no,
Do you know
no,
what
no.
I
Of
mean?
course, of course, of course. But what I mean is that you see, even last year, he played quite a bit last year, if I'm not mistaken, up until obviously that injury.
Yeah. He played
You-
over 4,000 minutes
Yeah.
last season.
That could also be an issue because you see, here's the thing. You see, last year, even when they had Rodri last season, Fernandinho played a little bit, and you see, even this season, yeah, they brought. I know my man's just got injured, Calvin Phillips, but they brought him in to kind of help Rodri. Like, so if Rodri gets tired or whatever, he can play. What I'm saying is that there's a big part of me that feels like Klopp's methods, wear and tear in general for playing for a high intensity side has really affected his game. Do I think he can get back to where it was before? Yes. But what it is that the calendar is so fierce this season. I'm worried that, and I could be wrong here, I'm worried that we might not see a Fabinho from last season or the season before. Like I said, like this guy used to be
But
really
here's
loud.
the thing, bro. You
Loud
lot
on
can
his feet
disagree with
and-
me. You lot can disagree with me if you want.
Yeah.
Because we all watch the same team. But
Yeah.
I personally don't believe the DM in our squad does anywhere near as much running as everybody else in front of him. If you lot disagree with me, then cool. But I think the 2-8s,
Yeah.
the wide players and the forward do way more pressing and way more running because we have a high line. And I do believe that Fabinho, out of all of the players, has done the least running. There's no way he's done more running than Hendo, Salah,
Let me
Mane,
take it
Bobby.
from
He
that.
hasn't.
Yeah,
done
yeah,
more
I'm gonna let you go.
running
I'll
than
let
any of those.
I'll let Cal. Yeah, go on, Cal. Go on.
Drift before the last. Do you know what I'll say? Before Genie went, I would agree with you because when Genie was there and when Hendo was in his prime, yeah, Flacco didn't have to run as much. Flacco now is running more than he's ever run in his entire
No,
life.
now, yeah, but last season though, I
Yes,
don't
last
think he
season-
was
no.
doing more running last season.
Oh yeah, he was.
I don't.
I
Bobby-
think it stemmed from last season.
Yeah, he
personally.
had to. He had to have been, bro. Because if he wasn't, then we wouldn't have plugged up the gaps, bro. Like the reason why Flacco is looking so bad now, not to mention him being out of form, is because he literally is having to do the job of like two players.
Yeah.
Like, and he shouldn't be. But that doesn't, for me, that doesn't give him a pass because his form's still smelly. Like he's still doing up a madness when he's got the ball when he doesn't have the ball. But in terms of having to cover ground and all those things, he's having to do way more of that. And it's showing even more glaring deficiencies in him because he's never been a speed guy. He's never been an
Yes, that's what I'm
athletic
saying.
merchant. So,
But Cal,
I
just
don't-
quickly,
yeah, go on, bro.
I was gonna say just to quickly say though, even though it wasn't the fastest, one thing I said to Drift, I don't know if you agree, he was still quite agile. So you see
Yeah,
the
he
old
was, yeah,
Fabinho, if someone was running past him, he might not be the quickest, but it was agile enough to get his foot in the way because he could. Do you know what I mean? He was agile enough. Hence why, interception wise, he is the best when it comes to our centre midfielders. However, going back to your point, Cal, I think he's been dragged from pillar to post in terms of because here's the thing. Henderson's form dropped off in the number 8. So that would mean as well, you see, like the tracking back, whatever, Fabinho would do more running. Naby Keita's not never fit. Now it's Oxlade-Chamberlain. So he was playing on
Last
that left-hand
season-
side. Hear me
No,
out.
it was
Last-
Naby though, bro. Remember, we
No, no.
realized Naby did play quite a lot of football last year.
But that was more, if I'm being honest, there wasn't a long sample size of when you had Fabinho, Thiago, and Naby. So even though I will still stick to it that it was still our best trio, it's not like we played it for a whole season or 3/4 of the season. It was probably more like half a season or slightly just under half. But it was
No, yeah,
do
no,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true.
That's the only
Alright.
thing I'd say.
But
Pretty
before I
straight.
forget,
Go on,
though,
yeah,
quickly,
go on.
just before I
yeah, go
forget, what if that's the case? And I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody or do comparisons because I hate the comparison thing. But can we make an excuse for Flacco at 28? Because he only turned 29 yesterday, so we won't call him 29. For the sake of this conversation, we'll call him 28.
29, bro.
No, because
29,
these issues
bro.
happened while he was 28. So
Okay.
let's not just talk about the fact he's only been 29 for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So can these things happen to you at 28? Yeah. Really? If there isn't something maybe you're doing wrong within yourself. When there's players in the squad, like Bobby, who's 3 years older, and Milner, who's 7 years older, that have done more running than you have, and they aren't showing as much signs as you. If I'm being honest, Milner is way more athletic than Fabinho, and he's 7 years older than you.
No, but we would
You're Sorry.
Go on. No, go on.
What you're forgetting, though, Drift, those players that you mentioned have had rest periods. When the only time Fab had rest is when he's injured. When he's not injured, he's straight back in the team. So yes, you're right. You can look at age, you can look at running stats and all that. But all right, here's a prime example. If I said to you, there's 2 content creators, one's put out 3 videos a week, the other's put out 3 videos a week. You'd say, oh, cool, they're both done the same amount of work. But if I said to you, one content creator has done 3 in a row and the other spaced it out Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday, you're going to see less fatigue from the person who does it 3 days in a row as opposed to the one who does it with some gaps in between. Flacco has not had a rest because we've not had a player who's been able to rotate with him, simply because we haven't had enough midfielders or quality midfielders that Klopp trusts. So I get what you're saying in terms of age drift, but the mileage is mad. Like, just because you have a new car doesn't mean the mileage ain't mad. Campbell's gone.
No, fair enough. But taking into consideration that Henderson did play a lot of number 6 last year, which meant Flacco would have been out the team. Because Hendo's not playing number 6 if Flacco's in the team. No. And coupled with the fact that Cal did admit that when Genie was here, he wasn't doing anywhere near as much running. And that was only a year ago. Remember, Genie only left the summer before.
2020. No,
this is only our second season without Genie.
Sorry.
You know?
Yes, 2021.
So how much running under Klopp has Flacco really done?
But let me ask you this. No. But can I just quickly say something? Let me say this now. The way we play now, and it's, especially from a defensive point of view, we don't look as organized. And that probably stemmed from towards the end of last season where we saw deficiencies, but we were still winning games. But we had to run a lot more. Hence why Alisson would face more shots on goal. People would actually pass our defense, but we kind of got away with it at times. You see, this season, especially when we defend, it's like chaos. People don't know where they need to be. Changing formation. Are we 4-3-3? Are we 4-4-2? Are we 4-2-4? Are we 4-2-3-1? Who's his partner this week? And he had to get taken out of the limelight for a couple of games already this season because he was so bad. But when he's come back, he just looks like, I don't think his form, because you see, his form is bad, don't get me wrong, but the way he moves, bro, it's like he's just, like his legs are just like, have just evaporated in one summer. And like Cal said, he was never...
He looks a little bit like Mane did when he went through that rough patch where we were like,
no. Do you know why it's worse? All right, so do you know why it's worse?
A little bit like,
it looks worse.
No, it is worse. It is worse. It is worse.
Man, if we're saying it,
though, isn't it?
But do you know what it is? Mane, when he first came to
Liverpool, Mane's legs didn't look gone.
Well, remember, everybody used to come on in and go, he can't beat his man anymore.
He declined slightly.
But that's not to do with his legs going. That was his technical ability.
I would say
people said they thought he was slow and all that. Remember,
no, Cal.
When be like Mane's slow, he can't beat.
Here's what people need to forget, though.
Rare. I mean, I didn't believe it, but
when Mane came to Liverpool, let's say you could rate it out of 10. His speed was a 10 when he first came to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Don't know if you guys remember. I said this to Drift. Drift will remember correctly. Yeah. You see when he got that knee injury, Drift, when he done his like meniscus or something. Was it meniscus?
Yeah.
I said to you, no player ever recovers and is back exactly the same. Though even if it's a little bit, it will be hard to see, but you'll see ever so slightly. So in my opinion, after that knee injury, he went like to a 9.5. You see the season with the whole old lockdown and whatever, that's when I say he went to a 9. And then last season, I would say he went to an 8.5. But the thing is, with Mane, it was always gradual. It was never like, oh, he's fallen off a cliff. His acceleration and his pace has gone from a 10 to a 6. You see with Fabinho, imagine Fabinho starting at, say, a 7, because he was never the quickest. Or say 5. Okay, let's be honest, at 5. He's gone to like a 3 or a 2 dramatically. Like, bro.
But that's
there
why I
wasn't even
feel
no
like it's got to be something else, guys. Like, I don't think in one summertime that just happens. There's got to be a health issue or a mental thing
Not
outside. There's got to
necessarily.
be something else. It can't just literally be all of a sudden his body just went, yeah, we're not doing this anymore.
But
Like
Drift-
overnight, pretty
But
much.
we even saw it, bruv. Remember, we did a couple of watch-alongs in pre-season. Matt Drift, we were watching him and said, raw, Flacco's legs, he looks leggy.
improved.
No, but that's what I
season.
mean, bro. But that's based off of like him finishing last season fine. So how did that happen in like a month and a half or whatever? Like,
No, but someone did bring out the injury, though. Remember, so that and we're not saying it's definitively to one injury, but remember when he was
got
playing
the
very
hamstring
very
injury.
well. Then the hamstring injury. Then since he's come back, as things stand, he hasn't looked the same.
well, he only had one game last season, and it was the final, and then we was off on holiday.
That's
Which
true,
he
but
got rushed back for. Which he got rushed back for.
He did
So we
get
can
rushed back.
so we can only really go. So we can only really go by. this
I'm
season.
not saying you lot are wrong, but I do believe there might be something else that we don't know what's affecting
You might be
him.
right, but I can only go
Because
by.
it just seems very strange that he just went from
Bro,
being the
of
best
course it's
DM
strange,
to being
but-
almost useless. And then you get the Man City game. I don't know if it's because we dropped a bit deeper. His role was more to sit and protect than to run around. But all of a sudden, he was old Flacco again. In the City game, he was
Do you know what it is
brilliant.
though? In that City game, I think tactically, because we were more compact. I think as a team, less running, and he had a crime partner. They were both just like, we're gonna screen together. Yeah, we're gonna screen together. We're
Well, then
two
we should do
sixes.
that every week then.
No, I hear that, but there are times in the game where that can't even happen because whether the team's kind of like, bringing more intensity than us and we're chasing the game and they're pulling you left, right, and center, bruv, it's when you drag Fabinho out wide. Oh,
Yeah,
bruv, you hate
yeah,
to see
yeah,
it.
yeah. As soon as he leaves that middle post,
There's
he
like a
just gets
zone.
skipped past like
There's
he's
a
not
zone
even
that
there.
he should never leave. If you
Yeah, yeah.
take Fabinho out of that zone.
I don't think he should do anything except shuttle between the edges of the center circle. Like if you put a line down the pitch where the center circle begins on each side, he shouldn't be allowed to go anywhere past.
ball-
He should just shuttle across there, bro.
Sometimes,
It's
if
mad.
he, do you know what it is about Fabinho? And this is kind of alarming for a Klopp team. This is specifically how Klopp wants to play. If you want to press and your DM's going to press, and he's going to press in the other team's half, and he misses the ball, and you can't recover, you're already in trouble. Because, like we've seen before, you need to be front-footed. Fabinho was always front-footed. You see now he hesitates because he's not sure whether he's going to get the ball at times. And if he misses the ball, bruv, you got a free run at the defense. It's quite bad.
That's why I think it's something that's going on, boys. Because he was like a Sami Hyypiä. He was like a
I hear that. I hear
Mertesacker.
that.
He read the game. You
I hear
didn't
you,
notice
I hear
his
you.
pace anywhere near as much as you should
No, I
because he was
know, I
intelligent.
know.
And now he's diving in. He's
But
not
imagine
anticipating
a
where
guy
the
that
player's
was
going
never
to go.
quick. He's a guy that was
But he
slow,
never used to
but
make
got even
stupid
slower.
decisions, Matt. He never made stupid decisions.
That's
now
bad
he
form.
makes stupid
That's
decisions.
that's the form part.
So
Yeah,
he's
go on, go on.
diving in.
But here it is, Drift. I agree with Matt. That's bad form. But is that not also potentially mental fatigue as well? Because you've just been asked to just be non-stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think his legs are gone.
Do you know
I think
what?
he's something else. Even if it is mentally,
No, I
he
think
needs
it
to
could-
break
it could be-
mentally.
I just
it could be
remember
both,
something.
Drift. It could be a bit of both, though, Drift.
Guys, I just remember something.
I don't know,
Do
man.
Do you remember
I don't
when he
know.
was getting rollocked in that game? Remember I told you, man, about one game he was getting absolutely
Yeah.
rollocked and he kind of batted Klopp away.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
say
yeah.
apparently because this is just reportedly, he was asked to basically give more protection or whatever, and he kind of done the whole thing like leave. I'm trying to do my thing, bro. I think that moment there says to me probably how he feels. Yeah, he's doing too much. He's probably doing too much. Because remember, Harvey Elliott is not the most, defensively diligent person.
Harvey can't defend. I love the
Yeah.
kid. He can't defend.
As much as he can and he will try, he's not Genie Wijnaldum and he wasn't old school Henderson. And if Thiago's not playing, and remember, Thiago will give you all that combativeness as you want, but he's not athletic. But Thiago will give it everything. If he's playing with players that can't really help him that he used to have over the years, you're going to get caught in trouble because then it becomes isolations, one-on-ones all the time. As great as even as he was at his prime, and he can get you on a one-on-one, don't get twisted. As you get older, you need a little bit of help at times. Look at Casemiro. He's 30, but I would argue say he didn't have to do as much running at Real Madrid because obviously more time they have the ball. So you see Casemiro at 30, if you didn't know his age, you might even say Casemiro is 27. because Casemiro don't play like he's 30 or 31. And that's because he
I
hasn't been
disagree.
running to
There
the
were
ground.
times at Real Madrid where he did look old.
I never thought that,
There
you know.
were.
Every time I
But
watch
they play
Casemiro,
so different to us. Like, look, their defense don't
yeah. But they
play high
have
up or anything.
No, I
There's-
hear that,
they're-
but
they're
there
the
was a
most-
point. There was a point
yeah.
where people were saying is Casemiro over the hill. I do remember he did start looking old. For a
maybe,
bit.
but I'll say that was
He
probably
did.
bad form. But you know, it's so crazy. It's how you want your team to play and what you want from your players. Jurgen Klopp demands Pep Linders a lot from their players, right? And rightly so. It's how we won our trophies. However, surely they both know if you want to continue playing this way, we can't come out, and I'm probably going to jump the gun in. Cal's going to give me that look. We can't do the whole small squad thing, be very picky about certain players, because you need a pool of players that if I pick A or B, it shouldn't really matter. One might be ever so slightly better, but he can still do the same job. You see, if you take out Fabinho, we're hoping Henderson can do it, innit? But really, truly, Henderson's not a natural DM. We're just hoping he can do it. Whereas we should have another DM. Whether he was a slightly younger DM or a slightly older DM, it sounds weird, but just someone that can play around that same level. As things stand, we don't have enough of that in the team. Sorry, Kai, I know you give me that look.
Just quickly as well. The one thing I'll say on that as well is it does boil down to a conversation we have a lot of the times where very similar things are spoken about within that conversation. And I'm not saying I'm not even willing to give Flacco a bly, because I am. I love Flacco so much, I even looked up what Flacco means. And Flacco actually means that you're like lean. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's why he got that nickname. So there's some knowledge for anyone who didn't know why he's called Flacco. But we've got players in our squad that I think are allowed much more of a bly, so to speak, based on what we've all said that Flacco could be suffering from. And I think one of those main people is Trent. After that, you've got Robertson. You've got Salah. You've got Firmino. Mane's obviously gone, but when he was here, I think those men do more running than
I don't think we should be talking about this right now. I don't think we should be talking about this right
Them man do more running than anybody. I don't really
think we're
ever
jumping
hear
the
anybody
gun
giving
still.
those people a bly either. So I think we got to make sure there's one rule for one. So there's one rule for all and not one rule for one. Because Trent, in my opinion, has done way more running in this team than Flacco. In fact, I would go as far as to say twice as much running in terms of how long they've been in the Klopp system. Our fullbacks, bro, do more running than anybody. Bobby's the only person I'll let you tell me, and maybe Mane, that did as much running as Robertson and Trent. They are up and down them flanks constantly, all game, every game.
But one is a lot.
4 or 5 year period.
But one thing I will say, and Father Time catch out of everyone, Trent is a lot younger. So we're talking that's
Robertson's a similar age to Flacco, though, right?
Is he?
And he's done 3 times more running in this team than Flacco has. Yeah, Robertson's 28, 29. They're the same
Sorry
age.
to cut you. Trent's legs and Robbo's legs don't look gone.
No, but why have we never given them a bly when they've had poor form? Because it must be they've ran out of breath.
But you're saying poor. No, but
ground, right?
you're saying poor form. With Flacco, we're saying poor form. Is this the end, bro?
Oh no, I think this is form. I think whatever it is, this isn't permanent. No, this ain't permanent.
But
he'll
I will
be
say
back. He will.
But if you look to say a year from now, and God forbid that he was never to leave, and it's because he was on a decline, would you also be shocked though, or would you be like, do you know what? I didn't think that at the time, but now I kind of see, I understand it, because I'll
be extremely disappointed,
bro.
If we sold
there's
him.
also
even if we buy a Tchouaméni to play instead of him, shouldn't he then be the squad player? Would it not be really stupid to get rid of him? Like, nah.
Well, here's what I was gonna say.
Very, very, very disappointed if we sold Flacco.
If we would have bought Tchouaméni, there's a part of me that feels like Tchouaméni would have definitely started some of the games. Fabinho would have started, but Tchouaméni would have done both. He would have done, like at Madrid, he would have played the 8 and the 6. I think Tchouaméni was there because I think they know deep down Fab might not be the same. Might not be the same.
I don't know if you agree with this. If you do, then you can answer the question for me, bro. But people in the chat, just let me know quickly. Sell Flacco, that's what people are saying. What benefit the squad? What benefit to the squad is selling Flacco?
There's no benefit right now. There isn't any. Not right now, no.
Depends. Hold on. I'm being objective here, not saying this is what I want.
Yeah.
If Flacco's sold, then we have to replace him adequately, and then Hendo would still be the backup.
See,
But that's a really silly decision, isn't it?
Depends on how far we get to the season where he looks bad.
I wouldn't do it yet. You know why? I'd want to see a situation with, if we're gonna do it, the Genie and Thiago situation. So we were supposed to get Schumann, yeah. Schumann would have came in. We would have seen what Fab's about because we would have seen his levels, whether it was a form thing, whether it's a deeper thing or whatever, pause, and we would have known that whether he was done. I think the transition is how you do it. There's no point in getting rid of someone straight away if you're unsure. And right now we're discussing it because we're unsure, but it's not definitive, like you're saying, Jiv. Nothing's definitive. So I would say you don't sell him now, but what we need to do, in my opinion, is bring someone else in to either help him and also to kind of give him a kick at the backside, so to speak, and be like, bro, I kind of wish it was Shumeni, but yeah, whoever it is, that midfielder's like, I'm coming for your spot, and see if he responds. Because I feel that's the best way to see as well. And it kind of happened with Mane, and that's a bit different, but Diaz was brought in. Maybe they knew Mane was going before, that's true. But at the same time, it really helped Mane, in my opinion, as well. Because for me, it helped. Mane kind of looked at that and thought, they're not bringing in God to take me. I'm Mane, and look what he went on to go and do. So,
can I say something though? Remember, we're speaking about Flacco as though he's a lone six. He's not playing as a lone six anymore. So remember, guys, as things stand right now, we're rotating between 3 players for 2 positions, the 2 pivots. And that's Thiago, Hendo, and Flacco. So let's say Flacco comes out of the team. You're down to 2 men. It's not like
that's what's happening now. Yeah.
So
but that's the reason why I'm saying that selling him makes no sense whatsoever. You bring in fresh legs, but you don't get rid of the players that make great squad players. That goes against any point of what you're doing.
Which is why I agree, Drift. Yeah. Which is why, because and again, without going and hopping over to January and summer and FSG and all that talk, the same remains as it did last summer. We need 2 centre midfielders.
Yeah.
No, I think we need 3, Cal.
I disagree with that.
I think you should have 5 in a team where you play 2, but 2 of them are older and are more injury prone. So you've got 3 that are reliable, and then you've got 2 that are a little injury prone. That's what I think you should do.
Effectively, you'd have Hendo, Thiago,
that means the injury prone ones, and then you'd have Flacco, and then you'd have 2 new ones. I think that would be perfect.
That's why I said
5.
2. Yeah, no, so we wouldn't need 3 then, bro.
No, I'm saying you need 5, so I wouldn't sell Flacco, because if you sell Flacco, you need 3.
I'm saying the same thing, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because people are saying sell Flacco, then we'd need 3.
No, I'm not
saying 3 midfielders.
I'm not selling Flacco yet.
That's too much. Yeah.
No, you don't sell Flacco. But again, I would still. But what you don't sell him. But one thing we must do is assess him. Like, we can't just do the whole because he's been great. He definitely stayed. Like, I'm not saying get rid of him. What I'm saying, assess him, innit? That's why I would have liked to have seen us get a midfielder in, because that would have really showed, and because we would have been able to see this season, Flacco with someone playing next to him, or just someone playing instead of him, giving him a longer break. We see what he's about. But do you want to know what's happening? Like what Cal said, if Henderson's injured, bro, it's Flacco. If Flacco's injured, it's Thiago. We've got 3 men as it stands for playing the double pivot 6. I'm not going to say the other people's names because they're unreliable. You know who they are already. You know how much I rate one. In fact, I rate both of them, but it'll be a week later and they're injured in training. So I'm only going to talk about 3 midfielders.
I kind of take it back now, because if you think about it, if Flacco and Hendo are out of the team, we have no one who can do that defensive midfielder role. Within the pivot, you need the ball winner. You need someone who's more of a
Besetic is the only one, and he's young.
Mad. That's mad. That is mad.
But that's the honest truth.
Let's keep it about. We have to actually now include Jones, because if Klopp's
no,
he can't. No, bro.
In Klopp's mind, this might be a thing now.
Bro, I think Klopp was
he played him once. Klopp will not do that again.
Klopp was on that bush, fam.
If Klopp won't do that again, I've got too much faith in Klopp to. You don't do that mistake twice. You don't leave the house when it's bucketing down with rain without an umbrella. You don't do that 2 days in a row. You don't. And if you do,
he might not do it next game, but he might do it at some point in the future.
I don't know what Klopp was on.
If you do it again, then you just obviously like to get wet. Pause. So he can't. There's no way he'll do that again. He can't. If it's the Klopp that we love and know, he's not going to do that again. He can't do that again.
No, Klopp was
think
on a mad one.
It's a
I,
joke.
I think this leads nicely into the next topic, though. Injuries, boys.
Yeah.
Again, we do this often on this show, but it's because we rate him so highly. But shout out to Mo Chatra again, who came out of a tweet the other day, literally calling out journalists and people like us in the positions that we're in, where we've got platform and a voice. Why are the injuries not being spoken enough about? Like, we speak about it a lot on this channel. We speak about training, coaches, physios, all that stuff. The club doctor thing. I remember when I told you guys we had no club doctor, Matt's eyes almost came out. I think Drifty spat out a Maggie. Like, it was mad. Why is it these injuries keep happening? And do we have to put it down to one person? And if so, what's the solution?
Do you know what it could be? I'm going to do a devil's advocate thing just for a second. Could it just be it is what it is? Does it always have to mean that there is a reason for it?
There's some riddle team, bro. What does that mean?
No, because let's keep it. Let's keep it a buck here.
That says, does that mean it is what it is, and that's it?
No, I'm just saying because
Kerry
injuries,
right now, blood.
injuries are a part of. No, injuries are a part of life, right? So is it possible that we're always just looking too deep into it because we need a reason?
We've got more than
We
your
need
average
there to be
Joe.
a reason. We need
We've got
somebody
more
to
than
blame.
we've got more than your average
Do
Joe.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
Like, we
Matt, I've
need
got
someone to blame as fans.
I've
That
got
we
him,
have
I've
to
got
blame
him. No way.
somebody.
Drift.
like-
You were the first person in
No,
go on,
I've
go
got
on.
him.
No, I'm
Matt,
playing
Matt,
devil's
Matt.
advocate, remember. I'm not saying
Matt.
this is how I feel. I'm just.
Matt, let me hit him back with the devil's advocate. Drifty, your missus finishes work at 5 every evening, yeah? Her journey home is an hour and a half with traffic, but she rocks up 9 every evening and says, just one of them things. What's your reaction?
I'll be like, yeah, maybe you enjoy your job so much that you don't like leaving straight away. You have a
You
giggle
are
outside.
a liar. God forgive me,
Worst
bro.
lying
The devil is a
ever,
lie.
bro.
You are lying, bro.
I'm
Lying
not-
through
I'm-
his teeth, bro.
I'm not an assumption person, bruv. I don't
Bruv,
jump
you would
to
call me and Matt and
conclusions,
say, you
bruv.
know what, boys, we might have to put in a little bit of work. Something might be happening down at our office. Bro.
Exactly.
Come on, Drift.
I'm not. I
Come
don't
on.
make assumptions, guys. You know me. I'm not
Drift.
an assumption guy. I don't
You
jump
are
to conclusions,
lying, bro.
I don't
Drift.
jump to conclusions.
Drift, you are lying, bruv. I'm not talking about she's getting home at 7, half an hour grace. I'm talking 2.5 hours after the normal.
2.5, bro.
2.5, Drifty. No text message, no nothing. Just rocks home.
Just
What's good,
rocking
babe?
out. All you need is the
Dashes the bag
keys.
down.
Keys in the door. That's it. Just keys in the door. Just keys in the
Nah,
door.
come
No,
on,
no.
come on. We
You
all
don't even.
know-
You don't even
we
get
all
that,
know.
bro. You don't even get the missed call when you come out of the underground. You're like, bro.
No, we
Where's
all
she
know.
coming in the house?
We all know if that happens 2 times in a row, and the third time I'm picking her up. We all know that.
So
But
what
the
you saying
point
now,
is-
Drift? You willing to complete that riddle?
Like I said, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for devil's advocate's sake, is it because we need somebody to blame? Is it because we like to have, because we are logical people, we want
I
there
know
to
what
be
you're
a
saying.
logical reason for why it is,
Explanation,
and
yeah.
it makes it easier to accept it? Could it not just be a coincidence? Oh, shit. Bagger man are just getting injured at the same time. That's how things happen. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Salt. Just say salt.
Brother, how
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
like? I have to sleep on the couch, bro.
And then man will repeat that back.
Skin, bro. The leather sticks to the skin, bro.
He'll
Yeah, I know.
repeat that while he's eating his baked beans, fam. His peak. Yeah.
Hashtag dehydrated. But you get my point. Like, we need to blame. Like, like to feel better about knowing what
All
the
right.
real reason is for
I
why
hear what you're
what's
saying.
happening is happening. Do you
I hear
get
what
I'm
you're
saying?
I've got something else to hit him with.
Could that be it? I'm only going to play devil's advocate for another.
I know you play devil's advocate, but this is
because this is exhausting, Carl. I don't even know how you
Alright.
do
This
this.
is the
to be honest.
main thing. Bruv, no one understands what I go through on these shows, bro.
It's
I have to hold back
exhausting,
so
bro.
much of my personal opinions so I can let you guys cook. And I'm the
Alright.
one that gets cooked for it. bro.
Have you lot ever actually woken up on a leather sofa so parched that you feel like you're ill? Has that ever
Yes,
happened
bruv,
to you
I
before?
felt like skeletal, bro.
but the leather sofas are mad, you know. I can't even lie. the
Not
heat
like
and that,
skeletal.
bro.
But yeah,
But
go
like,
on.
what I was gonna say is this year. I know what you're saying. You did the devil advocate thing, and fair enough. But bro, since Klopp has been in charge, we just had too much injuries, bro. Like way too many.
Of his
Some of them
first session.
some of
2
them,
ACLs in his first session.
yeah.
bro.
I'm not gonna. But
And
again,
man
they,
growing up.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but that's
yeah.
because they were soft. Like that was because the players were soft.
Bro,
No,
Like, go and ask the Arsenal players when Wenger got there. They were
Bro.
the same way. If you've been
Bro.
getting it easy, then
Hear me
that's
out, hear
gonna
me out,
happen.
hear me out, hear me
at
out,
the
hear me out,
beginning.
hear
Do
me
you
out,
know
hear
what
me
I'm
out.
saying?
I understand everyone's got their methods, yeah. That's fine. But you see all these even things like when I'm reading a book and it's saying things like there's a term that gets used. Shout out to the people that are reading the book, yeah. Training is our transfer, I think is one of the terms. I was like, what? Bro, you see training and the whole free training sessions before they play a match and all them things there. Bro, that's just overkill. You see, when a man comes back from injury and you put man back in training, yeah, and Klopp does say things like, "Rah, you know what, yeah, yeah, I spoke to our physio, whatever. You can only do 60 minutes, yeah, yeah, but Klopp, did you also put him through first team training like you would with everyone else, bro? I will never forget the time when big up Daniel Sturridge. We're gonna get him on the show, you know, big up Daniel Sturridge,
You're working on it, trust me.
bro. Sturridge was told after a couple of training sessions, I think he got injured. Man said to him,
You need to understand
Daniel
the real
Sturridge
meaning
needs
of
to understand real pain, what real pain really is.
No, but do you know what? I do get what he
No,
means
no.
to an
No, let me land.
Like
Let me land.
hearing a Rocky film, bro. Not
Yes,
football.
let me land. Let me
I
land.
do get what it means. You know the man who feels even the slightest little bit of a
Bro,
sniffle and goes,
let me land,
I'm
though.
not well, I'm not coming into work today. You know, you get those people, bro.
Bro.
You do.
Bro, let me land. I know what you're saying. I understand where it's coming from, saying, oh, like, Daniel, you can't, if you feel some type of twinge, doesn't mean say that you can't carry on.
The Crunch King's gone, man. On some 50 Shades of Grey business, bro.
Bro. Bro, what is it? Flipping. Yeah, so obviously he told Daniel, yeah, right, like, you need to know the difference between pain and real pain, yeah. Bro, if you pick up injuries and you know your body, no one can't really tell you nothing, innit? Everyone, you know your body better than anybody. We've spoken about before many times on air and off air. Brendan Rodgers understood that everybody's different. Some people recover fast, some people recover slow, some people pick up niggles before others. Some people have to have specific training regimes to keep them in shape. Bro, Jurgen Klopp basically said, yeah, to every man, like, if you can't walk on this fire straight away, then you can't play for me. What kind of madness is that? Allow man to exactly allow man to
you know what though, bro?
Hear me
I
out, hear
can
me
tell
out.
you firsthand. That's why I left kickboxing. The man told me if you're afraid to kick this piece of wood with your shin, then this ain't for you. So I said, big man, I'm out. It weren't for me. Why waste his time?
Bro,
Why
my man
waste
sound like
anybody's time?
Terry Silver, blood. Man,
Bro,
what he say?
I kid you not. We were in the class. He took us through a 20-minute seminar about what it means, what he would do, blah, blah, blah. And then he stood up and he kicked the piece of wood with his shin. And he said, everybody right now is going to do this. And if you're afraid to do it, then this ain't for you. And I'm not joking to you. I looked at my brethren and I said, yo, fam, I'm out. I am not kicking a piece of wood with my shin, rude boy. Are you mad? What, with no conditioning, no training, no nothing in front of strangers?
He was calling your bluff. He's calling your bluff.
No, because he made a couple people do it who were new. I knew they were there because they came with me, bro. I said, I'm done.
I knew they were new.
Bro, I know what a scream is like, and I don't want to scream, bro. Yeah,
this
bro.
is some Cobra Cat thing. I can't even lie.
I'm not joking, bro. And at the time, I was 16, and I saw a 19-year-old have tears in his eyes, bro. And I said, I'm out. I'm not doing this. What are we here for? I came here to learn how to defend myself. I didn't come here to break my leg. Nah, I'm done. But you know what?
Did he also say, if a man can't see, a man can't fight?
Did he say to you, kick it or kick through it?
He said, kick it, bro.
What? I don't know.
He showed us the part of the shin that's strongest.
Do you know what
and
you need
he
to do?
said, kick this piece of. Oh, there was
Cal
rope round
would
it,
know
but that's
best, yeah?
besides the point, bro.
Cal needs to get a sensei to see if this other brother still has his license, because that sounds something radical. Man said
Bro.
first lesson.
He said he needs to know if you've got the belly, the stomach for this. That's what he said. I need to know
To see if
whether
my
I'm
ligaments were gonna break or not. Must see
Bro.
you snap, bro.
And I said, you know what? I ain't got the stomach for this. I'm not about that break my leg life.
I'll be honest. I've been in some rough situations, but nothing like that. That's wild still. Nothing
That's
like
mad.
that.
But that's them old school. That's them old school
That's
ones.
not
though.
old school.
This
That's-
is back
that's
in the day,
brutality.
innit?
That's brutality. They put it this way: they don't do point fighting. They're fighting to kill.
I remember this is before the age of the internet, where like
That's what I was
you
gonna
could just
say. This is
readily
old.
see what
This
you
is
want.
old school.
So I used to think everybody broke their leg in a kickboxing fight. Like, you know, like I used to have that feeling of like every single fight anybody had in kickboxing, they broke their leg. Because you'll see one image of it and then you'll just believe that was just what happened in every fight. And I'm like, I'm not breaking my leg. What? And yeah, and there was people in the class that are like, yeah, every like session when we get home, he makes us like rub a metal bar down our leg, and like we're shaving away the nerves and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what? I was like, no, I'm out. I'm going home. No, I like my legs. No, I like my legs. I'm sorry, I ain't doing none of this, bro.
That's normal though, Drift. It's either that or like one of my friends used a rolling pin. He made me do a couple of times, but that was a bit too much for me. So I got skinny legs, bro. It was hurting my calf, rubbing my shin and all that. You man have seen I got them John Jones legs, like ain't for me, man. Like, that weren't my portion. Yeah.
So I'm just saying sometimes what Klopp was doing was he was just realizing who's up for this fight and who's not. And unfortunately, Sturridge's body wasn't allowing him to be.
No, but Jordan, well, I will say though, I didn't like the fact of, and again, this is old school, by the way, and Daniel hopefully one day will tell us his story.
Didn't have to call him out, like
you have to call him out and it, knowing that you're speaking
hold
about
that there,
a guy.
hold that there, Matt. Hold that there.
Yeah.
Because in his post-match, and this is what I wanted to go into next, so you kind of teed me up there, Matt. In his post-match, he was very critical of chances not being put away. And we know who he's talking about.
Very critical.
Unless he literally said his name, we know who he's talking about. He's talking about Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah. And Bobby. And Bobby. Bobby had two as well. He was talking about Bobby and Virgil.
I think more so
Virgil. No, but bro, when you heard the whole interview, he actually said Bobby's name. Did you see, like, near the end of the thing, he was like, when you get situations like what Bobby was in and blah, like, he said his name. I was like, oh, right, he's calling out both of them.
But Virgil also had to answer a couple of questions. I think it was either yesterday or today, because they said about does Klopp normally scream at you or something like that? And he was like, yeah, during the game, he wanted me to play more, but I wanted to be more direct. And then they said to him, oh, does Klopp scream at you normally? And he's like, he screams all the time. And they were like, what, in your face? And he was like, not really. Because he goes, if someone screams in my face, I find that very disrespectful. But there's times when Klopp will scream. Bro, that's what he said.
That's the fact that in him still.
He basically said, Klopp can say what he likes, but Klopp could never. He basically said, Klopp can scream what he likes. Yeah, scream at the dressing room, that's calm. But man could never scream in my face.
And I respect that. I respect that. Because let's be honest, even though he's the manager, everyone's a man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if you're playing women's football, you're a woman. Like,
for example, you man might not even remember this. I will never forget the time when he scolded, and I say scolded, I felt bad, Shaqiri. We won a game, Shaqiri got, when I say scolded, I'm talking like Shaqiri wanted to cry, bro. Shaqiri was just like...
It looked like when Khabib roughed up Lobov in the lobby, innit? Man,
I was like, no, you can't do them things.
No, but now we know that he went and got his hair done and he didn't get a doctor's.
Nah, don't matter, bro. That was before then.
Are you sure?
First season. Is that the first season or second season?
By the way, I'm not going to lie to you lot. When I saw Verge doing the overlap and Liverpool aren't doing well, I don't like that. If you want to do media stuff, I get it.
No, that might be contracted to him.
We're not doing well. I don't like the idea of you going and doing all this talking.
That's where they say to Liverpool, we want X, Y, and Z, and Liverpool go, well, this guy, if your schedule's free, he don't have a choice.
No,
It's
no,
the club.
I believe with something like that, you can turn that down. You don't have to say yes to something like that.
No, if it's contracted
No.
there, bro, you
But
can't.
overlap,
Yeah.
come on, guys. That's just Gary Neville's show where he interviews top
Bro,
ballers
it's
and that.
Sky Sports.
You don't have to do that, man.
Bro,
I'm
there's
sorry.
a contract
You
there.
don't
Them
have
man aren't
to
gonna
do that.
openly put their arm want to talk when they're not doing well. I can
You
tell
don't
that
have
for free.
you don't have to do that. I don't believe you have to do that. I don't believe you have to do that. He goes
I'm not
against
happy with it.
boxers and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe a player who's playing currently has to go and do that. I don't believe that. Like Harry Kane did that because he wanted to do it. Harry Kane did that because he
That's
wanted to move.
different, bro.
No, but what I'm saying, so what's Verge doing it for when we're playing badly?
Because he probably contracted, bro. At the beginning of the season or a few weeks or months back, he probably got asked and was like, yeah, you got to sign this. And
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Remember, because Gary Neville's probably got to sign something as well that says you can't really ask these questions or that as well. Like,
I don't know, you know. He asked Kane bare stuff. I know Tottenham didn't want to put out there. So I don't
and look what happened with Kane, bro. Man had to come out with a statement. Man got like relegated out of the squad and all that. It got a bit
all I'm saying is I know they have lives and stuff, but you know when you're playing badly, I just don't like people laughing and joking and doing all that non-football stuff and think, no, but bro, get your form right before you start doing it. I watched Theo Walcott do that for years. It's like, bro, you're not playing well. Get out of the media and go and get back to basics, bro.
To play devil's advocate, though, isn't it refreshing to see someone who's not just coming out when things are all rosy? Because let's be honest, everyone has bad days.
If they don't play for someone else's team, yeah, cool.
No, but let's be real though, Drew. How many times do we sit here and go, I wish there was a bit more transparency, especially when things go bad? It's kind of giving us that.
I don't know, man. When you're dropping 3s and 4s, I just want you to concentrate on your football, if I'm being honest.
No, I hear that.
That's almost like saying man can't get out to eat because you should be out.
No, because you're not in the limelight when you do that. That's totally different.
No. But what I'm trying to say is you still got
man can go to restaurants and that with a missus, or home. You're saying takeaways?
No. I'm talking about like interviews, like doing like. You know, like laughing and joking and doing that.
I would be so shocked if Virgil van Dijk just woke up one day and went, guys, I need to speak Sky Sports on the overlap. Bro, I'm telling you from now, it's contracted, bro. He didn't wake up.
Nah, I'm sure he could have said no to that. I'm sure he could have said
no. But Jamrock made a good. I think it was Jamrock. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jamrock. I think Jamrock said, players are contracted to do certain things, but if they disagree, I think they get fines. I don't know whether it's a personal thing.
What Jamrock is saying is right, but that's based on stuff like charities, going to children's hospitals, things that I agree with, things that they should do for the community. Not an interview with Sky. That type of stuff is they'll get in trouble if they don't.
Bro, I can guarantee you now, Sky would have reached out to Liverpool before the season started. The only problem is his timing. Virgil van Dijk could have still done that, and we might have even been top of the league. No one would have batted an eyelid. It's only because we're doing such a bad thing. He was probably contracted to do that, bro. They probably said to him, start the season, we need you on this day, and spoke to his agent, and he was like, yeah, that's cool.
If they did, fair enough, but
that's what I would have thought.
Because the thing is, if you get called into like an interview and you're being asked about Liverpool and stuff like that, I get that. But you see like the overlap where they're going to your personal life and you're just talking about fun stuff. I don't feel like there'd ever be an actual necessity for you to do that, as in you're going to breach a contract if you don't do that stuff. That stuff there,
it would have been
that can't be a part of it.
That's done at the start of the season. That's never done just now on a whim. That's the start of the season. Yeah.
How I've not watched it. How up to date were the questions? Was he like asking questions from like the recent results?
I haven't even seen all of it. I saw a snip. I saw a snip, so I don't even know.
It's like I've only seen the first like 15 minutes of it, and it was like, it's pretty. I mean, obviously he'll always. I'm guessing there's other things he'll say about other stuff that's not up to date, and that will depend on whatever the situation is. But like I said, I don't know. I just don't really like when we're in bad form watching our players doing all that extra stuff. I'm just like, bro, just get back to basics, man.
Apparently he filmed it last week when we beat City. We can't really moan about that one, Drift, bro.
I'm not moaning. I'm just saying I would prefer. I'm just saying I would prefer if you don't. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I got a major problem with it. I just prefer if you don't. Let's just get back to being who we are, and then we'll start talking again. Like,
I mean, who are we though? I mean, maybe that's a question for another show.
You know who we are. We're supposed to be the top G's.
No. I never said who are we. or who we're supposed to be. I said, who are we? Who are we? Not how are we? What are we right now? That's the question. And none of us
That's a
have the
very
answer.
good question, you know. I don't
I
even
know. None of us have the answer, right? So that goes on to the next section. What does Liverpool Football Club have to do? And I use the word survive between now and the start of the World Cup. Because after the World Cup, in theory, we should have Jota back, should have Diaz, Naby, Ox. Who else is out? Kanate. Like, we should have the...
And that's the
Jota-
reason why we won't. That's the
Oh,
reason
so
why we won't buy anybody, Cal. I was saying this to Matt. I think when you look at our situation,
going too fast still.
apologies, but when you look at the situation, the majority of our players are back around the January time. And as I said to you guys during the watch along, Liverpool don't spend money. Yeah, big up Grizz, because I was watching Grizz's show last night. Man, like Godfather.
And big up Grizz, he just hit 20k as well. Big up Grizz.
Hey, big up Grizz.
Big up. Hold on a
me,
minute.
20K
What we doing? We're dropping.
Celebration as well.
We got to
Big
drop
up
a celebration for my man. Still, big up Grizz, brother.
Hold on.
Love as always, my G.
Robbie was vibing out to the tune still.
Yeah, he was.
I swear.
And they were talking about it, and Grizz thinks that 3 to 5 is actually how many players we will buy between now and the summer with the 2 windows.
How many, sorry?
Brand new players. 3 to 5 brand new players is what he believes is an
Grizz,
absolute minimum.
Don't get man.
Even though I agree with him in terms of that's the numbers we need,
That's what we need.
I know for a fact, based on the evidence, I have nothing to make me believe that we will do that.
It'll be
Do you
one
get
to
what I'm
three.
saying?
Again. It'll be 1 to 3.
And why I don't believe any of those will be in January is, as I said, Cal, not to go too forward in terms of what the topics were, but I look at how many players are back around that time, and training is our transfer. We know this. It's in the book. There's no point in us trying to act like anything is any different. With Jota, Diaz, Ibu, Matip, all those players being back and well rested after no World Cup and being fresh. Why would the tightest owners in the history of football, other than one man who was up at Newcastle, that's the only man in football that's tied in FSG. And if that is the barometer you're going up against, you're in trouble. Because as soon as he sold the club, look what Newcastle are about. Yeah. When you look at the fact that we've got those owners, why would they go and spend money, boys? Why? If anybody can give me a logical reason why we've Jota fresh back, Diaz fresh back, Ibu fresh back, Matip back fresh. Why, boys? Salah had the World Cup off. Why? Why would they ever go and spend any money, you man? If anybody can give me a logical reason, if any of you lot can do it. Why? I've got to go up a couple octaves. Do you get what I'm saying? Why? Give me somebody give me a reason now. Do it. Do it now. Do it. I want to know. It's not happening, you man.
Sorry, what was the original question,
right.
Carl? What was the original question? I'm looking at it thinking,
all right, hold on, though, guys.
bro,
Right,
it's gonna be a long 12 months. Yeah, go on.
All right, I've got my devil's advocate question / answer.
Yeah, go on.
Last January, we all sat there and said we ain't signing anyone.
That is true. I knew you're gonna say that still.
Who rocked up through the door? Lucho.
Yeah,
Who almost rocked up through the door? Carvalho. So, stranger things have happened.
So who's leaving then? Because we all now know that's because
brother,
they knew
I've only
Mane
got so
was
much in
ducking
me,
out.
bruv. You know what?
We know now that's because Mane was ducking out. So who's leaving?
To be fair, as things stand,
hold on. Naby, Ox,
and Ox.
possibly Bobby, and Milner.
But we've known that for 2 years, boys.
Yeah, but we might do something now, innit?
I mean, I'm just saying, innit? Like,
Uncle's doing me bad, isn't it?
Bro,
I don't know, boys. I don't know, man. I'm upset, boys, sir, and I'm trying to bring you down to my level. Boys.
Oh, bruv,
I've already, yeah, I'm past that level, bro. I'm at that point where all man can do is just smile.
And no disrespect to Spurs as well, but we're lucky that they're just so inferior to us. Because if it was a club better than us that wanted Diaz, we might not even have pulled that off. Like we saw with Schumann.
That happened
Do you know
in
what I'm saying?
football. Stop though, Drift. That happened.
Like,
No,
we're not-
I get
we're
that.
not
I
doing
get that.
nothing.
But we're just lucky Spurs are a lower team in terms of their attractiveness and whatnot, innit? So
All right, so check this. When we went through because all right, to play devil's advocate again, the January before last, we saw what happened in it. Ben Davies came in Kabak. At the time, though, if I'm not mistaken,
he's
we
our
were in
centre back.
Kabak.
I can't believe we made a tune.
Oh, that team's big, bro. Let's be real. We came. Well, I remember when we came up with that in it, innit?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic song. Still,
No,
It is, but it just
yeah, I know. Anticlimactic. But to flip my question and my devil's advocacy on the head, we got Davies and Kabak, but at the time, we looked like we were in a title race as opposed to a top 4 race. If it looks like, let's say we get to January and we're 8 points off top 4, for example, we're not in a title race, we're in a top 4 race. Now, we know these owners need Champions League football. Does that give them the incentive to say, you know what, we don't want to spend, we hate spending money, but we will hurt even more if we don't get top 4?
No, because our owners don't have any form of our owners are the definition of scared money don't make no money. So what they would do is they would think, oh, we spend like 80
again,
and we don't make it. Where do we get that money back?
Again, no, Drift. I ask, and I'm not even trying to start anything here. Is it just our owners?
Yes.
So why has Pep come out in the book and said training is our transfer?
It's all part of the conditioning, bro.
It ain't, bro. This is what these man really believe in.
Have you ever looked a man in his eyes when he's part of a cult and asked him why he believes in that? And then he gives you some swerve and then he just walks off. Because somehow, even though he's brainwashed, he know, like get out, why, when like you can start seeing the blood coming down. The man knows.
But this is why I say this is why I say it can't just be all FSG, bro. Because when
it's not all them, but it's 75% them.
But 25% still a lot, bro, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but not in the overall scale.
Oh,
right?
Gary, bruv, leave me alone. I never blame Klopp. This is what I mean, bruv. I'm here taking shots when I'm just asking questions. Gary, do it, man. Just leave it, bruv. Ain't no one around there blaming Klopp, bro. I'm just asking questions, man. Take time, Gary, bro. Ready? If you watch the beginning of the show, bruv, you know where I stand on this. But I still have to ask the questions, innit? You guys want questions, or else you just me sitting on there and letting Matt and Drift do freestyling and not asking any questions. Like, come on, man. But if Pep Linders is coming out and saying this, if he's saying stuff like Pedri is only the best centre mid or best midfielder in Europe because Jones and Elliott aren't European caliber or European classed players anymore. If Klopp's coming out and giving staunching statements saying, I don't want any midfielder unless he's 1.95 meters and arrives late in the box and scores, is it a case of you've got one who's saying, right, you can only have a certain amount of money, and then you've got another who says, I only want this, and there's no middle ground. So even though FSG are being tight, which I think they are, Klopp's also kind of being in a position where he's like, it's this or nothing, which in football is a very dangerous game to play, in my opinion.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll answer what you're saying, and I'll also give you the caveat. Yes, to a degree, Klopp definitely and Pep Linders are definitely doing what you're saying they're doing. And as grown men, as leaders of men, which they are, of our football club, they're leaders of men. And as people who, us as fans, we need to know we can believe you. It is, I guess, technically wrong for them to do it if they're not doing it for the right reasons. And maybe we should listen to what they're saying. I do agree, and I do get where you're coming from. The caveat to that, though, will be, I don't think anybody does anything that they know is outside of the parameters for what they're allowed to do within their own institution, their own home, family, etc., etc. All of us leave our houses, and we know that we're representing our family name and we're representing our peoples, right? Even our brethren to a degree. And if we do something mad, everybody's going to look at everybody in our circle. So you won't really do something even if you know it's right. This might be a bit of a silly tangent, but snitching, for example, you know it is wrong, yeah? To witness something really bad happen and not tell the truth. But you don't want to be the one who brings the family name down, that you're the one who snitched. So you will say, I didn't see nothing, yeah? And you know it's wrong, but you will say you never saw nothing.
You might just be saying that
really
for your
and
personal
truthfully,
safety. You might be saying it for your personal safety as well, bro.
whatever the reason is, you know it's wrong. When God brings you to one side and goes, raw, you know it's wrong, yeah? But you did it for whatever reason. I still believe that's how Klopp is operating. I still believe that there are certain things that he will say to us, and it's only because he is doing what is necessary to keep everything cush in-house. But I think he's conditioned to believe he has to go for the first choice because he doesn't have the freedom to have money to do what he wants. So he's almost like, I have to do this kind of way of thinking. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get what I want.
Mateus, so 2 questions actually. And shout out to Allier. Why would he sign a new contract under those parameters? And 2, why would he reject players like Mateus Nunes, who you voice noted in the group the other day and said he's everything we needed?
Because when he knows he can only
need.
No, and that's true. That's true. But because he knows he wants Bellingham, he knows if he gets Nunes, he'll never have Bellingham. So he's got to say no to Nunes in order to try and get Bellingham. That's just how it goes.
Newsflash, Bellingham going Real Madrid.
No, but Matt, you get my point though. If that is who he wants, I'm just using him as an example. If that's who he wants, he knows accepting Nunes means he will never get Bellingham. Whereas Pep Guardiola or even flipping at Man United, for an example, like my man, Ten Hag knows I can take Nunes and you'll still get me Bellingham. Klopp knows that won't happen. So I've got to say no to Nunes because if I say yes to Nunes, I'm saying no to Bellingham next summer because I'm under a parameter and a restriction. That means I can't just get players every time I want them. I believe he's conditioned in that way of thinking. If you lot disagree, that's fair enough. But I do believe that he knows that that's what's going to happen. So as soon as he didn't get Tchouaméni, he thought, the only way I get who I want next year is I reject every other signing. Otherwise, I've got to now deal with him for the long run.
So what happens then if Bellingham chooses to go somewhere else then? Who's
Real Madrid?
The exact same thing that happened with Tchouaméni. We're done for.
But isn't that a problem if Klopp's just saying it's these players or that's it?
No, that's why the owners shouldn't have him under those restrictions.
No, but Drift, we couldn't have got Bellingham this summer anyway, bro.
No, but my point is, if he knew he could get Bellingham as well, he would have said yes to Nunes. That's what I believe. No, but that's what I believe based on how our owners have operated for 12 years.
Even if the owner said...
That's what I'm saying.
No, but dude, even if the owner says, right, there's 100 mil for you next season to go and get Bellingham, there's still no justification or any evidence or any proof to show that Bellingham's going to choose Liverpool Football Club. So,
but he's got to gamble on who he wants because he's not going to win a second.
But now he's gambling on whether we finish top 4 or not, bro.
Yeah, but no, I don't think anybody could have foreseen we'd drop like this, though. Let's be real. We all knew we needed a midfielder, but we didn't think we'll be 8th in the table. Let's be honest.
No, we didn't. But that just shows how bad the gamble's gone, though, right, Drift?
Yeah, and that's the whole point of a gamble.
The gamble for us at the beginning of the season was we sign a midfielder or we don't, and we win the league or we don't. It's actually turned out it's become a top 4 gamble now. So
yeah, which we never thought would happen.
Even worse than he and us would have thought. So therefore, isn't that to say Klopp is being too rigid in his approach? Isn't that what we accuse FSG of doing, being too rigid in their approach? Hence why I say, even though I believe FSG are more to blame, Klopp, Linders, Ward, they all have to hold some smoke as well, because if 2 parties are being rigid, then there's no fluidity and there's no middle ground. So
I hear you, but if you said to
Gary's a villain at this point, I swear.
if you said to
profile, man, just lying down, typing out messages, not caring the world. Gary's a villain, I'm convinced.
if you said to little man sitting right there on your lap,
that is mad,
do you know what, little man? I get it. You want a P5 for Christmas. Okay, cool. And then I'm just giving you an analogy. And then his birthday is, say, 4 months before Christmas. And an opportunity comes up for you to get him a second-hand PlayStation 4. And you're like, do you want a PlayStation 4? And he's like, oh, for real? And you're like, but you won't get the PlayStation 5 at Christmas. But I'll get you the P4 now if you want it. If he's a smart boy, he'll go, look, he shook his head, bro. No. I'll wait till Christmas, bro.
You are proper doing me dirty tonight, innit?
Hey, because he knows. Innit? Little man knows, bro. He's not taking that second-hand PlayStation for his birthday. He'll wait for Christmas, bro. But you get my point.
All right. But 4 months and a year is two different things, though, Drift.
I'm big up, little man, because that was perfect timing. Perfect timing.
But 4 months and a year is two very different things. Like,
no, but I mean, obviously.
But in that analogy, though, Drift, if he hasn't got anything in the house to play with at all, then maybe he's taking the P4.
No, he's got a P3 at the moment. He's got a P3, so he can still play computer. Because we've still got good players. We just haven't got players that can us the league.
Is the P3 working? Is it working without?
Yeah. It works.
All right, but
you're bored of the games, innit?
No.
You're bored of the games. You've rinsed the games, innit?
That's different. Klopp's not bored of these, man. Clearly, because he's giving out new contracts. He's taking them raving still. He's not bored of them, but they are close to being finished. A number of them. However, he's not willing to let them go. Ox, Naby, and Milner being the prime examples. And I'm not even, before anyone says anything, I know Milner had a very good game against Forest. It's not all his fault. But I hate to use him as a barometer and as an example. Pep could have extended Aguero's contract, could have extended Company's contract, could have extended Fernandinho's contract.
He doesn't need to, Cal.
No.
He's got more love, bro. He doesn't need to, bro.
He doesn't want to, Drift. Why didn't we sell Alberto Moreno a year before letting go of the
He doesn't. Say it again, man. He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to, man.
He don't need to, bro.
No, again, you're missing.
He's out like this, Cal, bro.
No, but Drift.
He's got the gun, bro. You know that gun the man having the strip club and just spraying money everywhere, bro.
So why did we hold on to Lovren longer than he wanted? Why did he hold on to Moreno?
You ain't gotta go there, fam.
No, but all these players he's held on to. Lallana.
No. But I think
he made Lallana play 6. Lallana had to play 6. Look at Matt's face. Look at Matt's face.
No, but bro, that's because who was he going to get to replace him?
Hold on, Matt. What are you going to say?
Who is he going to be given to replace him, bro?
I'm gonna say what Matt's thinking and tell me if I'm wrong, Matt. Remember when we were in the studio and we had a debate about who'd be a better 6 for Mina or Lallana? Is that what you're going to say? I remember. All right. Why are we having these?
Tip in distress.
Why are we having these conversations?
Because he knows he's
because we're in the mud as a club.
He's being sentimental as well as having owners who don't want to put out as well.
We're also in the
mud. I believe there is sentiment to it, Cal. I do. You're right. I do believe there's sentiment to it. I do agree with that. Burn it, bro.
Man's got a chapter on it.
The chapter is training.
Hold on. Tell me he's not calling the chapters week 1, week 2 and all that.
No, he actually is still.
Oh my, this guy is something else, bro. You know
training
what?
Is our. I had to search the thing, bro. Listen, look. Training is our transfer. You thought I was joking?
Man's got a chapter on it, Drifty. You think Klopp gave the foreword, bro?
Man's talking about barbecues. Bro, it's actually kind of deep.
But how many times has Klopp come out in press conferences and said, "Not everything is fixed by a transfer. Sometimes you could look within." He's joined.
But I do believe that's true though.
The segment is training is our transfer.
Bro,
I do believe that's true.
But who was the bad guy in Luke Cage with the club?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
He just used to look out from the window, arms folded, just looking at the club.
Yeah.
He used to stand over the balcony next to either Tasha or flipping Angela Valdez. That's what Klopp's doing, bro, because he's joined the youth with the senior squad at the training ground. And Matt sits in the middle of that. All he has to do is turn 360. Fisk. There it is. Wilson Fisk.
Bro, listen.
All man has to, man like Cottonmouth and all that. All he's got to do is turn 360 degrees to see what the youth team are doing, bro. This is his dream, bro. He designed the training ground, bro. Man's an architect as well as a football manager, bro.
No, I do, and that's what the 20%. That's what the 25% is, Carl. I do agree.
More than 25%.
I'm
not gonna lie. The way how Klopp moves, you see the way how Klopp moves. So, I don't want to say this yet, but there's a part of me that feels like Klopp he gets royalties, you know. Man, I'm gonna be real, bro. You see how man is saying about he helped with the training ground and that, bro. listen.
No, because but you know what they say, yeah.
He tight with
They
them,
say
man. Still.
they say as a man, you are not judged by what you do or what you say, but the mark you leave on the world. Yeah, that's what they say. And I do believe that Klopp feels that changing young footballers' lives, giving them an opportunity other people might not, seeing something in them that maybe other people won't, that they deserve a chance to show and prove themselves. I believe, that's why I do believe he is very much like Arsene Wenger. I do believe that he does get a lot of joy from watching a young kid come through the academy, make it, and become a great footballer. I do believe he gets joy from that. But I don't think he would let that get in the way of his actual main goal, which is to win the Premier League and win the Champions League.
He wants to win.
And not go and buy players if he was allowed to. Come on, you know what I mean? Like, he's not an idiot.
I understand. No, I understand that.
By Mateus Nunes, bro.
Yeah, but it would have been at the detriment of buying another midfielder he actually wants, bro.
Can I play that?
No, gamble on the other side. Sorry to cut you, man. I'll let you go.
No, that's cool, bro.
On the other side, Mateus Nunes comes in and absolutely bangs, and you look at it and you go, we potentially don't need Bellingham. We could get someone else instead.
Yeah, but I don't think he rates the player enough, or maybe he would have.
All right, which is my next point is Klopp and the scouting actually watching players, or are they just putting numbers into a system and saying, this is who I want? Similar to what I did on Football Manager when I wanted a second striker. I just put in finishing, pace, and composure. I'd never seen the Don play, didn't know his first name, didn't know his surname, couldn't tell you what he looks like.
Talking about that guy called Omar.
Yeah, Omar plays at Liverpool Football Club on Football Manager because I put some stats in. Is that happening, bro? Because let's be honest, how many times, why is it we're buying players who play well against us? Because is that the first time he's really watching them play, sitting down and watching them?
But basically,
on that, I don't know, innit?
I'll be honest. Since when Michael Edwards first came to Liverpool, you could see we done our scouting, and obviously there was data. The database as well, but you can't have 2 and 2 went together because you'd also hear reports that Liverpool went to go and watch this person, went to go and watch this person. Over the last couple of years or whatever, you don't really hear that, or it not really get speculated. It might not be necessarily a good or a bad thing, but you don't really hear things like Liverpool sent scouts to watch so-and-so, because that stuff does get leaked anyway, regardless. Like, it does get leaked. Now it's just a case of we think he's sick because Liverpool out of nowhere just go, we're going to buy that player. But then you're like, okay, that's all well and good, yeah, but did you really scout him? Or was it just a case of...
No, we do, bro, we do. Remember, we scouted for a year.
Hear me out.
We do scout.
We didn't scout Nunes.
Hear me out.
No, we did.
Hear me out. What I'm going to say is this. Some of it is lazy scouting. Reason I say this is because I think it even says in a book, and I know people are going to hate me for saying this, Pep has got contacts in Portugal. You see the Jota signing and Diaz signing. That's because of him. Now, you see the Red Bull thing. That's because of Jurgen and his German contacts. So, yes, obviously, you have to have a network. As a manager over the years, when you get to know scouts and directors of football, you got to have your own black book, so to speak, innit? Where man could just call up a man and go, rare tear tear. Because at one point, we were trying to decide whether to go and get Ibu or flipping Upamecano. And there was a big debate on who we should get. And apparently he asked, it might have even been Ralph at the time, who's the better out of the defenders? Who do you think is better? And they told
said black book, like when Wifey goes, hey, have you got a bridging for my bridging? And you're like, let me see.
Bro, every man's got
which one of my bridgings best represents me?
But I'm telling you, every man has their contacts who they can call upon and go, right, we need a player. These are the parameters that I'm looking for. All right, I'm going to call my man. That's what happens. That's what first happened with us, bro. Our scouting is getting a little bit lazy. Bro, let me tell you this, yeah?
Cal, do you want to take this one?
Let me... Bro.
Oh, man, we're going to be giving definitions out like with the Oxford Dictionary.
Not the Oxford Dictionary, bro. The Yard Dictionary.
The Hood
Yard
Dictionary.
or South.
But like,
I'll say we are getting... I say we are getting a bit lazy because some of the players that we have bought have just recently played well against us. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I don't necessarily a bad thing, but you've also got to do more groundwork, because I don't like it when you can kind of see it and it's kind of obvious. But Liverpool like to do this whole, oh, we've been following man since he was like 10 years old. It's like, no, you wasn't, bro.
No, we ain't.
You
bro.
wasn't. You just saw a database and his name cropped up. You put in 15 acceleration and 15 finishing or whatever, and you got my man, and that's how it is. I think
But
we
then
have
last
been a
year-
bit lazy.
If we were scouting Nunes for all that time, why didn't we go in for him sooner?
We
Because
didn't need
Liverpool-
him.
We didn't need him.
No, because what do you mean we didn't need him? We've always needed a Nunes.
No,
No,
Liverpool
no.
didn't think they needed him.
According to the way the squad is structured, we didn't need him.
We
had
didn't.
to lose
Liverpool
a
didn't think
player
that they
before we
needed
got-
him. Yeah, they Liverpool did.
All
Because
right,
remember,
so-
yeah.
Minamino then. What about that?
What
Did
did
we
we need
scout
him? Or,
Minamino for a year?
did we
No,
no?
I truly. That's the one where I know people are going to say that I might be going a bit like, but I truly believe that was something to do with marketing. I do.
No, I
that
think we
was
just
something
saw
to
him
do
and
with
thought,
marketing.
oh, look, he's got a
No.
release clause. Yeah, and you might
Yeah,
be on something there.
I think it was a bit of both, Drift. You got a fair point there.
Play
But
well
either
against
way-
us. So, yeah.
And you know what? Minamino should still be here because I tell you what, he would have been doing a brilliant job with helping the squad right now. And I said it at the time.
Where would
We
he play in
shouldn't
his
be losing
formation? Just
Minamino.
out of interest, though. Where would he play in his formation?
What, in a 4-2-3-1? I think he could play right side or centrally of the three
Yeah,
that
he
play
did
behind the
he did a
striker,
number
bro.
10.
Yeah, he could have easily played there, bro. You know what I mean? Like he could have. And
If
he
you
proved his worth last season. It was
If
a
you could
very
pick-
weird decision to sell him, in my opinion.
If you could pick one, would have rather kept Origi and brought in Nunes, or would you rather have got Origi?
I would have rather have kept Origi and didn't need to spend the money on Nunes on bottom midfielder. If I'm being honest, and you know how much I love Nunes, but I would have definitely kept Origi, spend that money on a midfielder, and
basically treat Origi how Nunes is being treated.
It's being treated now. And let's keep it
all
a
the
buck.
time in the world.
And you know what? And shout out to Origi as well. First start, scores a goal, gets an assist. That's what happens if you don't just keep bringing man off the bench for 10 minutes.
And not only that, I think he got lambasted with
Here's the
about
thing.
he's the
This
worst.
is where
Yeah.
this is where I throw a Drifter response back. Why should we have to choose between the two?
We shouldn't have to, but that's how we are.
Ownership, bro. That's why.
I can't always put it down to ownership, Drift.
No. This is why I will say, I'm gonna be honest. Even though Klopp has his philosophies and his morals, he's a footballing man. He definitely can assess a squad and look at what he needs. He ain't stupid, bro. He knows the players that we need, but he probably also knows that we're under restrictions. Do you want to know when I know Klopp is really like annoyed? Is when he talks about other clubs and what they can't do. He's basically saying what we can't do. So see, he had a little bit of a moan the other day when he's talking about our City.
What they can do, you mean, bro?
Yeah,
What
sorry.
Yeah.
He's talking about City and Newcastle, how they stay owned and they can go and buy whoever. He's like, we cannot do that. We can't do that. Bro, that's annoyance. Not that he wants to do exactly what they're doing, but it's annoyance that if he makes one mistake, it could set him back 3 years. If they make one mistake,
Hence why we still got Naby.
if they went,
Hold on. So it's cut.
that
Wow.
was so uncalled for, you know? Man, just take a sit back
Raw.
and
My
analyze
bad.
what happened.
My bad.
Raw. That hit me, and I'm not even a Naby guy. Raw.
Raw. You know what made it worse? Man actually got off his chair in that.
Yeah, man, leaned
into the
into
mic.
the mic, bro. Said, "What about Naby? What? Say something."
No,
man.
but it's true though. That's why we still got Naby because
All
he's not allowed to just
I don't even know what to
make
say
a
to
mistake.
All right, so let me ask you a question then, guys. Serious
I don't know what to
question.
say.
In the 2021
I apologize, man. I didn't mean to slap you like that, bro.
in the 2021
That was
summer,
a forearm. Yeah, go on.
in the 2021 summer,
Yeah.
we needed a centre midfielder, right?
Mm.
So what was the reason for not signing a midfielder that summer? Was he waiting for Shuameni the following year?
Hold on. What? Say that again. In 20
In
what? Sorry?
2021, we didn't sign a centre midfielder. We just signed Kanate.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
So whose idea was it not to get a midfielder that summer then?
All right. See, this is what I will say. I think he thought we might have been all right because at that point, hear me out. At that point,
Say the name. Say the name. Who did he think could replace who? Who did
No,
he think could replace Shaqiri and Genie Wijnaldum? Who did he think?
No, I know.
Who did
The
he think,
Harvey
guys?
thing. I know.
Who? Drifty, say his name. Who did he think he could replace Drifty?
No, I thought Harvey Elliott could do.
Harvey Elliott was meant to be the replacement for Genie Wijnaldum and Shaqiri.
Or
What logic is that?
Or, and I'm not saying you're wrong, or could have been an option number 2, and it was just like when JW Henry did a televised interview and said Klopp can get all the backing he wants, and then bought him Sepp Vandenberg.
Or he could have turned around and says, I don't want to block Harvey's path because I believe in him, and I don't want to block Curtis' path either. Hence
It's
why
all speculation, isn't it? None of us actually will ever know.
Can I be
again,
honest?
you talk about actions. This is why I go off actions and I say FSG and naughty is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I told you, bro.
all right.
Man, I told you, bro.
All right. You see that your dad's a
Even
big
though there
man.
are 3 laughing emojis, I don't know whether it must be serious, but yeah.
All right.
I told you lot before we came. It's ironic we had that conversation. Maintaining a beard is overrated, man.
Yeah, I didn't really.
It's a lot of work, bro. It's a lot of work.
You can see. Let me put on the white of the collar so you can see a bit more. There you go. Look at that growth, baby. Get you a man with a beard, yeah. I'm taking ladies. I'm taking. I'm married. Beard gang and that.
Nah, one man said it's Photoshop. Man said the green screen's doing overtime.
that would have to be video shop, innit?
Oh man. Serious. Back to the serious conversation.
Yeah. Go on.
This is why I keep on saying, and look, I was fully just blaming FSG this time last year. But after I've seen how things have developed, and I'm going to ask you a question, both of you. If Mane didn't want to leave, if Origi didn't want to leave, and Minamino didn't want to leave, would we have signed any reinforcements in attack?
Maybe not. No, we might have focused more in midfield, though.
Yeah, we would have spent the money on midfield, Cal.
You see that money that we spent on
if Genie didn't want to leave, would we have signed a midfielder?
Maybe not. No. Or maybe one.
We haven't really replaced him anyway.
Little man again, perfect timing. Just said no.
But can I be honest though?
We haven't signed a midfielder, have we? Since Genie left, we actually haven't.
Artur.
No, that wasn't a sign.
Remember that show drift. Remember that last. You remember that?
Yeah, but loans don't count anyway. Loans don't count. That wasn't a signing.
Someone explain Artur, fam. Someone needs to explain Artur, fam, at the club.
I can explain it. I can explain it, bro.
You break it down for us, bro.
Go to. Yeah. I can.
Go on, drift. Explain, bro.
I'm gonna hold on.
Go on. Play.
Shout out to Matt, Callum, Drifty, Big Kopish, and you know they can't stop it. Realest in the game.
Man did the X-Pac kick, bro. Man did the X-Pac kick.
That is so random.
Who was that? The Island Boys,
bro. Do you know how random that is? Man,
there's your explanation, bro. Out of nowhere.
No,
that's what the Artur was, bro. It was out of nowhere, bro. There's no explanation. You can't explain it. Even the person who did it can't explain it. It is what it is.
That was a Randy Orton slivering.
It is what it is, bro.
Look, we can go around this in circles for the longest amount of time. We really can. The question is, though, boys, where do we go from here? What needs to change in the immediate future before January for Liverpool to fully get back on track properly?
We need to be fit. That's one of the things. Injuries, bro. Like, if we can't get the injuries, if we can't pull at this, all jokes aside, we need a club doctor. I'm not joking when I say that. That's not a riddle. That's actually just common sense. Second of all, we need players to stay fit, bro. If we can't keep players fit, then we got no chance. I'm being honest. We have no chance because there'll be too much disruption. And not only that, the quality is just not good enough. We've seen it. You can't take out 5-6 players out of Liverpool, potential first team, and think we're going to be okay. Because the squad depth isn't the same how it used to be. And we used to complain about squad depth before, but it's got even worse. Losing Mane, Minamino, and Origi, and bringing in Nunes, Carvalho, and Calvin Ramsey in a weird way is actually worse than what we had before. It's kind of a bit lopsided, a little bit, because we brought in a right back.
Definitely worse.
Yeah, because we brought in a
Definitely.
right back who, unfortunately for us, can't stay fit, and we brought in a centre forward who, in my opinion, and I said from day one, is a project, but it's still a project in it. He wasn't at Mane's level, so it's going to take time. So it's like Mane's here, Nunes is there. We got to hope Nunes. We got to wait for Nunes kind of to get there, and then obviously Minamino and Carvalho. I think Carvalho has more talent. However, if you're just going off the back of last season, Minamino's best season. Obviously, Carvalho's still got to do more work to kind of hit those heights. And I think he
Carvalho's
can,
more
but-
of a project than Nunes is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's not even playing in the position as well. That's another
And
thing.
he's just way too young.
He's never played Prem or top level football or Champions League. Nunes has. Carvalho is the real project.
Yeah, Carvalho is the real project. So it was a step backwards. Same with Ramsey. Ramsey's never played Premier League. He's never played Europe. It's 100% a step backwards, bro. And Nunes and Nunes ain't on Mane's level. It's 100% a step backwards. No, I don't believe those players are bad choices.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying if Klopp chose those players in their projects, as opposed to getting players who are more ready-made, then that's on Klopp.
Based on the budget, he's got to take a step back to make a step forward.
What we think might be the budget.
Nah, come on, bro. Let's be honest, bro. We know it's the budget. I think we would have had more. The only time we've ever splashed money is when we received 145 million for Coutinho. That can't just be a coincidence. That has to actually just be. I'm not
sitting there saying that owners splash money. I'm not, but Carvalho costs like 4 million. Like,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, bro. As soon as we bought Nunes, everything else was going to be very minimal.
Tribunal saying, you know.
Soon as we bought Nunes, everything else was going to be minimal. If Nunes had cost 20 million, maybe we would have bought somebody else. But as soon as we had to spend a lot of money on Nunes, everything else was going to be very minimal. Because our owners don't spend a lot of money. It's just facts, man. Even if you don't blame the owners, you still know that's a fact. They don't spend money. Do you know what I mean?
What I want, and this is the reason why I do want new owners. This is why I'm FSG out. Because if we get new owners who we know have money behind them and are willing to spend, then we'll see a lot from Klopp.
You will see Klopp's attitude change.
No, but here's the thing, bro. If Klopp decides to walk or he says, no, I'm still sticking with this method, then...
Oh, yeah, then we definitely 100% move the goalpost towards Klopp, 100%.
But in the alternative, and again, God forbid this ever happens, but if Klopp decided to walk and we got a new manager in and they start spending money, then... Again,
No, but I still wouldn't even blame Klopp for that in terms of... I can give an example. Arsenal had a manager in Wenger and a manager in Emery who were way more talented and way more experienced than Arteta, and the club were very stingy. They still spent more than us, which is what's so messed up, but they are very stingy. I think at some point they realised, wow, it is actually shooting ourselves in the foot and this isn't going to work. And then they realised they had to start spending. And Arteta's fortunate enough that he's the one that was allowed to have that project. So I wouldn't think if Liverpool started spending when Klopp left, it's because Klopp didn't want to spend. I would maybe believe it was like what Arsenal did, where they realised we can't keep making this mistake. We eventually have to change, because what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I still wouldn't truly believe, it was all Klopp all the time. I'd think maybe they've realised that they're not going to get another top manager if they make him work under these restrictions. Because as we saw, Ancelotti wasn't looking to come Liverpool because he was told, bro, you'll be on a budget. You're not coming here and spending what you want. You're coming here and you'll be on a budget, bro. And he was like, nah, long for that. So the only way we get another top manager if Klopp goes is if we stop doing what we're doing now, right? So...
Fair dues. Guys, have your say in the comments below. We're going to get through the super chat before we reveal the FPL situation. So, Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says, what to do if 66-3-4 Trent and Flacco's form stays like this till the end of the season? Oh, there'll be a lot of pain. I know that much. I don't know. There's much we can do. There's not much we can do. Ragav says, happy Diwali, Kopish. Happy Diwali to all of
happy Diwali.
Subscribers and non-subscribers who are watching, who are supporting and celebrating Diwali. This is for you, actually, guys. Happy Diwali.
Believe.
Maybe go short.
Oh, no, that was...
father-son moment. No,
Yeah.
not that one.
Yeah. So I tell you what it is. If I'd played something else there, I even though I know it's a mistake, you know it's a mistake. Cancel culture is ruining it. Someone would be like, "Oh, you see what Kyle did when it was Diwali?" You know, it's long.
Yeah, no, it's real. It's real.
100%. Yeah, I hear that.
Alexander says, "Let's be honest. Things won't change anytime soon. Players continue to age and used up. Medical staff situation is mad. Low block is our Achilles heel. Everything's our Achilles heel at the moment. Teams at low block teams.
We should change that to we have our team has no Achilles.
Yeah, bro, ruptured. AM says Fabinho's form started dipping from March, but people have been overlooking that fact. True, because we were winning games.
Yeah.
Pimp in Distress says, what the hell do you after all the hours of putting a half glass empty drift, man? Pimp in Distress, he's right. He's putting time, man.
Look, there's hardly anything left.
That's not even half, bro.
That's not even one.
That's when you leave at the bottom of the glass when you got bits in the drink.
Well,
That's what I'm saying, man. That's not even 1/8. That's not even an eighth, blood.
I've got nothing left.
That's not even a goal. I'm gonna say Nomad, aka Nomad, says Casemiro is 30 and destroyed Chelsea's midfield. Chelsea's midfield isn't the greatest though, to be honest.
Plus, the sun also shines on the dogs some days, isn't it?
I mean, Casemiro is better than.
I'm not gonna lie, that Casemiro been doing it for a minute, bro.
No. He's only had 2 good games for Man U.
No,
I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he's only had 2 good games.
He's only played
His legacy mad.
two games
His
roughly
legacy
for Man
mad.
United,
Bro.
bro.
No, his legacy. Yeah, you can't talk to his legacy.
He's barely played for United, bro.
Yeah,
That's
he's
like,
getting better. He's getting better at Man United.
That's
I
like
can't
when
lie.
people-
He's had more minutes than Nunes, isn't it?
No, I doubt it.
I don't know
No,
if he has.
I
bro.
think he has. You lot.
Bro, I think
really
he's
don't
completed
think so.
games, or at least they're around the same, maybe, you know.
I think he's had more minutes than Nunes.
Jamrock says it's dead and tired legs due to mileage drift. Star Dazen says Ox, Cater, Jones, Milner, Firmino all need to go. It's time for Shook Ones Part 3. Sign 3 to 5 plays. Refresh the team for this second phase of the club. I'd argue we say this is the third phase, to be honest. The first phase was getting top 4 and establishing top 4. We did that. Second phase was being title contenders and winning it. We did that. Third phase is now being continuous title challenges, and we haven't done that. David says we know the issues, but the question is what to do about it. In your opinion, what can Jurgen Klopp do now? Also, Flacco or Fab is 29. Looks like he's a 35.
Yeah, no, he
now.
does, family. That Flacco looking old.
Klopp, for me, he's got to change training and he's got to be less rigid in his approach to transfers. Dennis says Jurgen Klopp doesn't like shots outside the box. Frustrating. He said he doesn't. Maybe he hasn't got anyone he trusts to do it as much, though, to be fair. If I'm going to play devil's advocate, who in this team do you really trust to shoot from outside the box? No one.
No one in it.
LFCR786 says in 2020-21, he saved us at centre-back and DM in the running. He did.
He did.
Played again too much in different positions that season. Goes on to say his record with Thiago in the last 2 years was nuts. Very true as well. Jay says Stefan Bajcetic versus Ajax. Oof, I wouldn't personally, not starting.
Someone said his last game for under. I think he was looking like horrible.
As in bad horrible or good horrible?
No, bad horrible. Apparently, he didn't look good in his last game. He played for the under 23s, maybe, or under. I just saw a comment and I was like, don't.
Goes on also to say Fab just needs competition and help Caicedo. I think Kone's the guy personally. I think Caicedo goes to Chelsea. Jamrock says, why did Klopp bring over Andreas Schlumberger from Dortmund, where he was the rehab coach from 2011 to 2015? Didn't they have a lot of injuries then? they did. To be
I mean, we get that Arsenal brother in as well. By the way, boys,
Chris Morgan. Is that Chris Morgan?
Yeah.
Just in case I forget, just based because I do like to do fact checking because it isn't good to say things that aren't facts. I just like to say I just wanted to make sure. And Darwin Núñez has played 342 minutes in the Premier League for Liverpool, and Casemiro has played 439 minutes in the Premier League for Man United. So yes, Casemiro has played 100 minutes more than
Give me a
Nunes
sec, guys.
in the Premier League already. So I'm just saying.
But you make it sound like it's light years, bro.
No. But I'm just saying he's played more minutes than Nunes. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. But I just
So
think
if Nunes can be judged, then surely Casemiro
100%.
can
But
as well, right? That's
no,
what I'm
fair
saying.
enough. Fair enough. All right. Pimpin' Stress says, is little man teething cow? His cheeks look red. Bonjela Jr. is good. Banana flavor too. Hey, big up People Distress. Love for that, bro. We'll let Cal know. Tev says, but we've had 2 injury-ridden seasons in 3 years. That is very, very true.
But also 2 and 4, as I said at the beginning, with the good season, then injuries, then a good season, then injuries.
Yeah, if you look at that, yeah, then yes.
Do you know what I mean?
And yeah, 100%. Introvert audio, big itself, bro. Messi FC says, Doctor get out the rain, Doctor get trampoline equals Navia, no? Right, man, is saying go Navia, man. Adrian says, oh, bigger Adrian, super sticker.
Hey,
Love
big up
that,
yourself,
bro.
Adrian.
Love
big
for that.
up, bro.
Messi FC, Doctor, there's an injury, Jurgen, who have it? Bro, it's mad right now. Gucci says Doak on the bench by midweek or Saturday, I think. Doak. Who's Doak? Doak? Who's Doak? I never know who Doak is, bro.
He must have meant Darwin. Surely. They wouldn't make
Doak?
any sense. No, Darwin, I think that might just be a mistype. It can't be anybody else but Darwin.
I was thinking, like, is there something?
Yeah, it has to be.
I was like,
Darwin.
what? Doak? But no, big itself.
Oh no, Ben Doak. Oh, yeah. You know that
Who?
that everyone's talking about. Ben Doak.
I don't.
You
really
don't know about
you,
all right, let me see if I can get you the information on him. Yeah.
What for us under 19s? Is it under 19s?
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Or under 18s. If it's, I might have come. I'm not thinking of it. I might have. LO lad on loan to Brian.
If, you know what? I'm gonna.
Drift
You won't
definitely enter the Cobra Kai dojo. Facts. Drift did. Man sensei was called Terry Silver's blood. 1975 Jamo says, but I thought you don't make assumptions, Drifty. I have no idea this is what this is regarding.
I'll show you the footage of Ben Doak. Now that I just got reminded, yeah, he's that new little young buck that we got from Celtic, I think it was.
Okay. To hear said Liverpool fans were saying once we all get all our injured players back, we will start winning. Doesn't look like it. We have no more excuses. I don't know, man. I do feel like we need our players back though, personally, for us to start making some headway. Because as great as any team is, if you don't have like, I don't know, you're missing 4 of your best players, whatever, you're gonna be in trouble. Mr. Henderson says, you notice Klopp has stopped the fist pumps to the Kop. He knows we won he knows we won all the way back here. I know, that's so true. Yeah, he knows. Too early for them type of fist pump team.
I like that though, because he's not getting carried away, you know.
Yeah. TG Rock says we don't replace players. We don't replace players we sell. That's true. I don't think we replace players either. We just let one go and then bring another one. Pep Mills is responsible for the situation Liverpool currently in. Why does he not continue to work with us? Why does he continue to work with us? I was publishing a book on our strategies he should have released without any consideration. No, it's true. Listen, that whole book that I'm reading now, I should have went through and highlighted all the times that they spoke about in depth, like what we do, because there's a lot that you can actually take from the book. Even if you kind of skim through it, there's a lot you can take from it. Like our patterns of, not necessarily patterns of play, but you know what we're trying to do, like what's our end goal. Like
but there's a reason why you're really meant to wait until the end of your life to write an autobiography, because you're supposed to have done it all, right? Yeah. You don't write, like, it's a bit, I do find it quite strange when people write autobiographies at like 30. It's like, well, bro, if you're expecting to live for another 40, 50 years, which hopefully you do, should you have not lived a bit more life before you put an autobiography out? Like,
no, it's true.
And that's why people end up with 2 or 3 autobiographies, because it's like they do all the different stages.
That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to, like, and again, like, Pep Linders is his old man, innit? No disrespect to him, because he done his thing, innit? Like, you go and write your book.
He's not even that old, bruv.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that every man to their own. Yeah, I'm an advocate for that, innit? Like, you do your thing. However, me personally, I can't speak for myself. If I saw Pep Linders, I would say, bro, I can't tell you what to do in terms of what you did. However, I will say I just think it was the wrong time. And that's just, I think, us fans being respectful. Even if you don't like the book, you can't begrudge someone wanting to write like their theories or their stories, but there's a time and place. That's what I think us fans are upset about. Like we said, if Pep Linders left Liverpool tomorrow, for example, and that book came out a year and a half after he left, we'll be like, oh, that's kind of insightful. Like, this is what happened when he was there. But you're still there, and you're giving away a lot of information that people can use. And what's so mad is he might not think that he's not. He might actually think like, they're not really going to pick up on this stuff. All I'm really saying is Fabinho's our controller, and when we get Mane and Salah into pockets of space, we try to utilize their speed. He might think that's normal, but to other teams, that's not normal. You're basically telling the team what you would like to do, even how you want to counter press, like the zone that you're looking to, what lane you want to cut off, where are you trying to put Trent, where are you trying to put Robbo. It's mad.
And the wickedest thing is as well, because I have seen a couple people say stuff that is true, that genuinely speaking, a lot of teams can find this information out, or they know this information because obviously it's their job. But let's keep it a buck though, bruv. You are technically doing their job for them. If they're going to find out how to do it, at least let them have to work for it, bro.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? If you want to do me something, and you're trying to look for me, you need to find me in it. There's no point in me calling you with my GPS and sending you my location.
Exactly.
And then going, don't come and find me, bro. I beg you don't come and find me. Bro, I just let you know where I am, bro.
We told man where we are, and we said, bro, if you're about, you're about. That's what we did. We opened the door. Tree Frez says, remember Diaz was signed after Klopp saw YouTube compilations? Nah, I disagree.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Pimpin' Distress says, geez, what we're doing here. Jurgen Klopp saw draft before signing off on the book. Don't forget, he did Monday Night Football to explain the Gegenpress and more. Tell me you're joking with this. Bro, listen, the Gegenpress thing is something that when he says Gegenpress, he's talking about from a generic standpoint. I think a lot of managers know what Gegenpress is. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Pimp. It's just like when Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders, they'll say like small detail. It's the small details when you're individually talking about that exact job that person needs to do. Because you could easily just say, yeah, we squeeze up the pitch and we play on the halfway line. Teams will know that. Man City do it, whatever. But when you talk so specifically about their role, that's when it becomes a problem.
There's a reason why every single time the disciple tries to fight the sensei, he's like, but there's something I didn't teach you. Because I knew this moment might come. Let me whoop your ass. Like the sensei never tells the student every single thing he knows, bro. There's always something you keep to yourself.
Look what happened to Anakin Skywalker when he fought Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. Man's legs got chopped. Want to know why? Anakin thought he was the guy. Obi-Wan said, brother, I've been doing this thing for a minute. We can't go toe to toe. And look what happened. But even though Anakin did turn out to be Darth Vader, which is kind of mad. But yeah, that's another story.
You lost me with all that Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. I realize. Mrs. Sinclair says, if I cannot spend money on football shoes, what? Mr. Sinclair says, if I cannot spend money on football shoes, what do you think I'm going to look to play football? My black school shoes? Yes, Callum, going to call me out. He's right, but context is I cannot afford it. I hear you on that one.
That's a very good way to look at it.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. That's a good analogy.
Yeah, that is a good way to look.
That's a very good look at it. Rude Boy LSE says, Drifty, you're a what? Drifty, you're a jerk. Laugh a lot. You went in hard on Matt. Hashtag Nabi. Oh, hey, my Nabi supporters
I didn't even think it was going to be that harsh. It was actually more the way Matt responded. I apologize again, Matt. I'm sorry I did you dirty like that.
Bro, the internet's undefeated. People will always look back at that clip. They're going to say, where was you when Drifty spoke about Nabi? They're going to say,
where was you when Drifty crushed Matt's spirit?
They're going to say, he just sat back and watched.
Yeah, I didn't mean to crush your spirit.
Bro, man had nothing to say, you know. Man was just like, man wasn't expecting that. Like, bro,
Yeah.
Listen. Rapstar says, Klopp needs to fix up tactically for me. stinks in my opinion. Too one-dimensional, tactical approach, everything the same, and injuries, of course. But for me, I need to see Klopp improve tactically. That's a good point.
Can I just say though?
Yeah.
I disagree with what Rapstar's saying respectfully because I think the new way that we're playing is very good. I think it is different. I think it is something that we can all actually be very.
But we lack the personnel to do it.
But we don't have the personnel to do it, bro. And I don't think you can blame Klopp for that. At this stage, even if the recruitment, whether it's Klopp's idea, whatever that is, let's put that aside for 1 second. Yeah. And let's just look at what we are dealing with right now. There's no point always dwelling on what we're dealing with right now. Of course. It's not Klopp's fault. He's found a new system that works, and then he's lost all the people that make that system work. Let's keep it a buck, bro. Because as I said before, a lot of people say it's excuses. No, I'm just giving reasons.
He's lost 4 crucial men. Ibu, Diaz, Jota, and Nunes.
And Matip. You can even call Matip crucial to that as well.
Devil's advocate, though.
You're gone.
Is there a need?
No, go on. Go on.
He's found a formation or created a formation that works brilliantly.
Yeah.
He's lost the personnel. Doesn't he have to then readjust the tactics to suit what he has?
Bro, this is where I will defend Klopp.
Well, you live and you learn, Cal. He won't do it again, I don't think.
But when
if
he wakes
does,
up,
then I'll be like, oh.
Because that's what I was going to ask. After when everyone's back and fit and firing.
If Jones is back in centre midfield for the next game, I will be like, oh, maybe he don't actually learn.
I'm going to be real, though. If I'm Jurgen Klopp and I look at my options for the flank and I'm seeing Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, and Carvalho, you know you're in trouble. Like, realistically, there's no way around it. And we found out when we had Lallana, Coutinho, and Firmino, and we was playing better football than what we was playing now. One thing we all said is they're all technical footballers, but we need pace in the team. Any formation in the Premier League, you need a bit of pace. Not necessarily you have to be the fastest guy in the world, but you need a bit of pace, you need a bit of injection. No matter what formation we play, Cal, it don't matter if it's 3-5-2, 5-3-2, 4-4-2, 4-2-4, you need pace. You know as things stand right now, the only pacey players we have in our whole attack is Salah. That's it. And that how can you have one man? We got no pace in midfield or attack other than one man.
Yeah, that is why we're actually losing games or drawing games.
And that's taking out Nunes because Nunes is injured again, and you're taking out Jota, and Jota's bro, it's crazy.
All the pacey players in our team, Ibu and Virgil, and Robbo to a degree, and then Nunes and Diaz and Salah. They're like the really pacey players in the team, and 4 of those 6 players are injured. So.
I know. I just came in and just destroyed the mood, you know. Man was just trying to look for some answers, bro.
Just looking for answers, bro. I just asked the questions, man.
Yeah, when you're asking them questions, we already know the answers, bro.
By the way, before we forget, Pimp asked if Little Man was teething. Because he said banana bonjela is brilliant for little ones.
So he's actually, without revealing too much, he's teething, but he's also got a bug of some sort as well. So you guys know what I had to deal with at the beginning.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
It's been that and the other thing. So
yeah, my little one went for the same
I know
thing.
a lot of people. I mean, it's good. I didn't want to put your business out there, but it's glad you said that because a lot of people thought it was you who was dropping the kids.
No, touch wood, it's not still. Yeah. If it was me, bro, I wouldn't even be filming right now still.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
What is Cal taking the Browns to the Super Bowl? No.
You'd be a bit too techy still.
It'd be mad. Let's move on to the next one. Jada Activist says thoughts on a move for Yusuf. I can't even pronounce his name. Is it Yusuf Mukoko?
17-year-old
plays for Dortmund. I know. I see a little bit of him. But
because that rumor came out, we're gonna do a double swoop, innit?
No, so this is where people are killing my vibe at the moment. You guys know I've got members video planned, and this is part of one of the people I was gonna speak about. He's available on a free at the end of the season.
But who else is in for him, Cal?
I'll allow it.
Barca and Real Madrid.
Okay, cool. It's done then. If you're not getting.
I'm just letting you know. I just want to let you know.
It's good while it was last. I'll still do the members video. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll have a little We'll have some fun with it.
Jay Crip says recruitment has failed us. Simple. I'm not gonna lie. There's also a part of me that feels like when you look at Julian Wood and what he's done so far, there's a lot to be desired. I can't front. There's a lot to be desired. Ash says we start next season currently with Fab, Hendo, Thiago, Curtis Jones, Elliot, Carvalho, Basic, probably Morton. New signing. We need 3 centre mids in the next 2 windows. Do you guys agree or disagree?
Over the
Next 3 windows. Next 2 windows. Sorry, next 2 windows. So January and summer, we need 3 midfielders.
I'll caveat that. In fact, yes, 2 pivot players and 1 for the 10.
No, I disagree with that. I think we need a DM and 2 CMs, but one of the CMs can play DM as well. You know why I say no 10?
No.
What the hell was Carvalho brought for?
I've got
Elliot.
I don't want to reveal. This is eating into my members video still. You lot really just.
All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Drift. I had a conversation. I don't know if you're Drift. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Me and another person on this show had a conversation about who's the number
obviously
one.
Me then.
I'm just saying. Me and another person, Drift, on this show.
That's such a Jamaican thing to do, bro.
Had another conversation about a number 10.
Man, just went. Me and your brethren we did have a conversation. But
who should be the number 10? I said Bobby, and he said Harvey. But my whole point is, even if Cal was wrong, let's say he was wrong, or even if I'm wrong, that means we have the players there we think at our disposal. So we shouldn't really need a 10 if we got Carvalho and we got Elliot. And
No. And let's not get it twisted. If you're really forced to, Mo and Diaz can technically play 10 as well. So no, we don't need that. We need wide players and we need central midfielders.
CM and now that you guys you virtually ruined my members video, but cool. I just shake a tree outside and hopefully another idea will drop down from it. I was thinking someone like a Thomas Lamar on a 3 who can play both wings and 10. And if we go back to 4-3-3, sometimes can play as an 8 as well. So he's not just a pure 10.
I don't know about somebody who didn't want to come and play for us at the time.
That's fair enough. That was just my opinion, though. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It's cool. And he hasn't had the best of time. He's only had 1 good season out of the last.
He's got him back slightly.
I know, but let's be honest though. Simeone football is where
it's not the
players go to.
Simeone football is
that is true. That is true.
So Lamar, who can play in several positions, I mean, I would be willing to take a punt on a 3.
Yeah, no. For 3, it's not the worst idea in the world. What, Zaha and Lamar for 3? Is there any justice in the world?
Well, we're about to find out. I'll tell you that. Mr. Sinclair says Klopp also said we get told what we can or can't do. It's always been this way. Klopp didn't want to extend. Our CEO confirmed his wife did.
Right, then he still extended though.
No. His wife just was like, why would we not? It wasn't like he was like, no, I'm out. And then she was like convincing him.
Obviously, he was happy then.
Yeah, he was happy.
So
I think no.
He was happy. Look, do I need to give the fellatio example again?
Drift, I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm unhappy somewhere, and my wife says, "No, I want you to stay there." I'm gonna say, "Well, you go and work there, and I'll do what you're doing."
No. He wasn't unhappy. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't unhappy.
He was happy to extend.
No, but
there's a misconception that if his wife never said it, he would have ducked. We don't know that either. Like, I think it's almost like saying he wanted out, but he only stayed because his wife told him.
Yeah,
to. That's not true. I don't believe that at all.
I think that's
it wasn't on his wife. His wife maybe just gave him a little nudge.
No, she probably just said like, "We're happy here."
He just knew the person who he loves and gives him the most support in life. If their opinion is also of that he should do it.
I really thought you were going to say something else there. I was going, whoa.
No.
We have to be careful.
I would never say nothing disrespectful about those type of people. No.
Be careful. Where is it? EMJP316 says, not this again. The book doesn't reveal anything that other professionals in the game don't already know about us. If that's what you think, EMJP 316, if you read it, fair enough, that's your opinion, but I
But
slightly
you made
differ.
it easy. That's what I've said. You might
I've read
think you know
some
where
of the
I am,
book
but if I
and-
send you my location, you actually know where I am. I made it easy for you. That's what I'm
You just don't want to make it any. Yeah, no, I think what you're saying is you just don't want to make it any easier. So you have a point that the opposition knew a lot, but you don't have to throw things on their doorstep. Literally, a book. So yeah. Voice of Reason says we need to move away from pressing being our identity as most teams press. We need a coaching team that can coach possession. Hashtag Linda's out. What you mean, like a Man City where man can just keep the ball under any circumstances? Boy,
You know what's
yeah,
mad
we need-
about the Klopp thing as well? Not to keep going over it, just to say it while it's on my mind. I think people need to realize there is a big difference between someone convincing you to do something and somebody giving you the confidence to believe the decision you were making was right. Now, what Klopp said was he spoke to his wife. She said, "Why would we go anywhere else?" And he said, "Well, there you go. That's my mind made up." That isn't to me somebody who needed convincing. That's just somebody who needed to know somebody was believed his decision would be right. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like if you lot called me and said you wanted to do something, and then I go, yeah, I would do that. And you go, all right, cool. Because you've just had somebody you trust give you that little bit of confidence it's the right thing to do. That's different, right? From you calling me and asking me something, and I've got to be like, no, you should do it. No, bro, look, you're not thinking about it. Right? No, you've got to do. Do you know what I mean? That is convincing, in my opinion, anyway. I don't know if you lot disagree, but
I could say something, but I just.
You don't want people to think you're Klopp out. I get it.
Yeah, literally.
Boy, Rapstar says that doesn't negate my point. For Klopp to continue to play Salah versus Central versus Forest because it worked against City, obviously it wasn't working because they packed the center. Why not move him to the wing? Obvious thinks. Yeah, no, I hear that as well. I mean, again, like we're very limited with our player selection right now. I will say that because again, it's weird because if he goes back, like if you're gonna play a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. You don't really necessarily want Salah going down on the right-hand side if Firmino's the target man for a team that's going to pack the middle. Hence why he wanted to put Salah in the middle to play combination play with Firmino. It's not like it was Nunes. If it was Nunes playing down the middle, then you could probably play Salah right because Nunes will be aggressive and will stay in the positions and occupy defenders, like, try and push them back. Firmino's not going to do that. Firmino's going to do a lot of his pretty work in front of the defense. So that's my argument to that. So Jay the Activist says, how do I become a member? Bro, literally, where you go subscribe? There's a members button. I think it says join. That's next to that as well. You'll see it on our YouTube page, on our homepage, bro. So
big up, bro. And there's also a link in the description, bro, that should take you straight there as well. So big up.
There
for
you
that,
go.
Bro.
Big up. And Troy M says Carl plays devil's advocate so well. He might have some explaining to do at the pearly gates side. I laugh out loud.
I hope not. I'm hoping not.
Zabiri saying that we missed the super chat. Did you? I don't think I saw one, but did you see anything come through?
No, Zabiri, let me double check, bro. I didn't see. I'm just going back now.
I say Cal's got some explaining to do at the pearly gates,
Zabiri, bro, I can't see none. I don't.
Just send it again as a non-super, Zabiri.
Oh no! It's there. Big up Zabiri. He says, big up yourself, bro. He says, what if Klopp has been dead food and holding Linda's back? And in order to let us know Linda's dropped the book, how will we digest that humble pie?
That's devil's advocate if I've ever seen it.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it.
Bro, man said Klopp is holding the thing back.
Zabiri must be trolling us. He must be.
No.
Oh no, Zabiri said a few wild things about Klopp recently.
I know he doesn't believe in Linda's like that, though.
He don't believe in Linda's like that. There's no way he believes in
Klopp's not holding Linda's back. If anything, Klopp's holding him up. Like, let's be real about it.
Yeah, no, facts.
Klopp's holding him up.
Oh boy, Zabiri came in like this.
Shout out to Matt, Callum, Drifty, big Kop-Ish, and you know they can't stop it. Realest in the game.
I don't know where you got that
so
video.
white, but I don't know where Drift found this video. That is the wildest, bro. Just mad wild, bro. Just kick to the face, bro.
I have no idea what kind of friendship entails being kicked in your
Me
face.
neither.
Kicked in the face. Tayshawn says Emery's the new Villa boss. Oh, swears.
Oh, is it?
Basically, Villa won Europa League and then they were going to win it, basically.
All right, they got to start somewhere, though. I can't
Without
lie.
being disrespectful, is that a step up from Villarreal?
No, but he's gonna get money at Villa, though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Villa got money, you know.
It can't always be about the paper, man. He's rich.
Bro.
No, I'm talking about
When-
money for the squad.
Oh, as in,
Let me
yeah,
be
that's
real.
true. Yeah,
How
yeah,
far
yeah,
can you take
Villarreal.
Villarreal?
If we had Villa money,
Yeah, yeah.
to
To be, no, you know what? Actually, no. To be fair, I don't think it's a step up, but I think after winning the Europa League, especially, there isn't really anywhere else he can go
Nothing
with
he
the
can do.
Villarreal team. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's true.
All right, then let's bring up the. Let me bring it up now. The Fantasy Premier League.
Have you
Anyhow,
seen
he goes
the
back.
clip? Have you
Anyhow,
seen
he
the
goes
clip
back to
going
Emirates.
around of Gerrard? What Gerrard was thinking of the Villa squad.
Oh, what,
And
Denzel,
it's
yeah?
Yes, the
I mean-
Denzel. Oh, you.
I ain't seen it. You know? I ain't seen it.
It's
so-
basically the King Kong scene from Training Day, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, that
You're
one.
going to do this to me?
Boy, all right. So FPL on first place is title holders Sean Cohen. First place with 794 points. Second place is Supreme Team with 784 points. And then Tamfect, third, 783. Fourth place is AFC Glendale, 780. What's that? Lawana.
780.
Lawana, you know. Or I think it's Lanana. What? Lawana? Wana? I don't know, bro. You're in
Lanawa.
fifth place. Is it Lanawa?
Lanawa. Yeah, Lanawa.
Oh,
I
maybe
think.
it's that. Haaland, you know. Haalandaise. Sauce. You look like the
Harlan
maddest
I like
names,
that.
you know?
That's a good one though. Harlan Day.
That's a sick name. 777 points. You're in sixth place. And then Abu Rangers, you're in seventh for 773. In fact, you're joint in seventh place with Houle then Diao. In ninth place is FC Uza Pugana, 771 points. In 10th place is Gelvan Blues with 770. Nan Firmino in 11th place, 770 as well. So I guess joint 10th. So that's the top 10 right now. So I'm trying to see where Scoop is. Where's Scoop?
I know.
No, I just want raw.
I don't think Scoot's been there all season. That was
I mean, I can't lie. I'm not even in the top 100, so I can't even say nothing.
Scoot just caught a stray there, but
Oh no, I just saw myself, bro.
yes,
Oh
you
my
did.
God.
Yes, you did.
Damn, son.
Damn,
but,
son.
But think about it, Matt. You saw yourself. You didn't see me in Drifty.
I know. No. I know.
I know, but I do know I'm above Matt. That's
Nah,
it.
Drift's above me, I think. Drift's
Oh,
above
I'm
me.
not.
Yeah, quite
But I know-
considerably.
Oh, is
I
it?
might
Drift?
not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
be the
yeah,
bottom of the
quite.
tree. I might be the roots of the tree at this point. No,
Is that how we're going on, Drift?
Yeah, quite considerably.
You
Yeah,
sure?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me check. Let me
Yeah,
check.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see. Let me see.
remember, guys, my password's blocked, and I ain't been able to change my team in.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
a
that
month.
old chestnut.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
all right, mate. Yeah, I've got to play my team. Yeah. Forgot all about it.
Oh,
mate.
cool, blimey. Don't
Been
tell
up.
me it's already
Freaking
gone.
hell,
I
mate.
can't
Allow
change
us,
my
I've
Oh
still
my
got
god, I
Coutinho.
thought today was Thursday. This guy, man.
I've been busy.
Technically,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I
Nah,
am.
if you're doing it right, still you're on 100 points more than me. A rough, yeah, a 90.
Not too bad. I mean, I'm still not doing great, but yeah, like I just said.
Now you're doing well. Still, you're doing well. Still,
Should we just move on?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought you're gonna keep on scrolling still. I don't need
No.
that sort of drama right now.
Oh yeah, someone said this though. I'll let you man answer this.
Well, yeah, but we're halfway through the season.
All right, look, I ain't gonna play devil's advocate on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot straight from the hip. We're gonna finish it out of respect for you guys who are the members of Matt. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to chuck Football Manager in for weeks now. You man talk about burn that book. I want to burn the game. Like I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with my team.
After the last game week, I've got some hope of Europa League. I've got that Europa League hope. I would never give up hope.
As long as I can make Champions League football, I'm nice. I'm good.
Yeah, I want it to be over with. I want a null and void.
All right, remember when we done the live draft, people, and these man got double picks? Do you remember that, peeps? I was the only one that didn't get double pick.
But you got a pick every other pick, bro. So it was technically the same thing.
Who's your striker? Mbappe.
It's a waste,
make it work.
It's a waste, man, bro.
Mbappe can't make it work.
Bro, you can lead a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink, bro.
Really, bro. Man's got Jota and Jesus.
Can't drink from a well drift.
Fam.
All right, you can take the horse to the lake then.
If you lead
if I got Mbappe, he's bagging every game. I don't know what you're on right now.
No, actually, you can, bro, because you can put the bucket down in the well, fill it up with water, bring it up, and give it to the horse. And if he ain't drinking, he ain't drinking, bro.
Them man had all the tools that they needed, you know. Them man picked their teams.
You got to pick every other pick. This is how it went. Me, you, Cal. Cal, you, me. Me, you, Cal. So even though you didn't get two in a row, you're constantly getting a pick.
People.
Do you know what I mean?
When we saw that draft,
When
we saw that draft, who would you say got the worst out of it? Just be honest. I'm just asking a genuine question. That's what I'm asking. It's a genuine question.
Remember, mine glitched and I ended up with a left back I didn't need or want.
So did mine, bro.
I mean, technically the timer ran out, Cal. That's what the timer was there for. He was scouting Omar. Do you remember? He forgot about the timer. It was like,
man, like Omar from the Wild. We moved. But yeah, man. I think that's it for today, people. I think that might be it. Oh, my team was the strongest. Oh, what? Now you want to change that narrative? Oh, really?
You're the one who created the narrative, man. I'm just saying.
Really? Oh, I didn't say a word. Everyone was like, "Oh, Matt, your team is dead, It's because my defense is sick."
Look, Troy's saying there's
remember
no real advantages in there's no real advantages in the draft. Like people are saying it, man. I'm just saying.
Okay. I find it kind of crazy how everyone's now saying I've got the strongest team because I'm whipping.
Matt, look, I'm just going to say, man to man, I ain't hating, bro. I wish I was in your
position. It's crazy because I remember when the draft was made, everyone's like, when I was trying to big up my own team. And people are like, your team's not that great. I've got this person.
I wish I was in your position, but probably it's for a reason because if I was in your position, then I'd be very arrogant.
Do you know what I mean? My team's sick. Don't get twisted.
I respect you.
I mean, we've got to remember Flacco Gate as well. Yeah, the draft got a bit techie still. Video.
No, there was no Flacco Gate.
He's always going to bring something up.
Me and Matt had an agreement on that. I can't.
He's always going to bring something up, bro. He's always going to bring.
My team is so muddy, bro. They might as well be underground. Like, so I can't sit here and really cuss Matt. Zabiri says, to be fair, Matt has taken a few of those kicks on food talks.
Exactly, it's facts, bro.
Yeah, you have still.
Exactly.
Eastwood says, is there a lot of noise around the book?
In the UK media, yeah. If it's annoying, it's just if it's annoying us, just think about how it's impacting the players. I'm in the US, so I don't really know the vibe.
No. There was at the time. I'll say there was about 2 or 3 weeks where the book was getting spoken about a lot, but not recently. No, not recently. Like there was even LFC TV videos and all sorts. Like for a minute, they were talking about the book a lot, but not recently. No.
Yeah, true. Stardane says Zabiri the Klopp hater and bigs up FSG. I'm not gonna say that.
Whoa. Hold on. What is this gonna be a beef in the chat?
I know everyone has different opinions, but we're not gonna do that, people. Surely. We're not gonna do that stuff. Come on, man. Go. I mean, you call him a Klopp hater, that's fine. I know you're bantering. Of course he doesn't hate Klopp. He just has an opinion that might slightly differ from other people's. But some of you agree. So, and he's asking questions as well, by the way. Everyone's asking questions. And we've got to remember, even though we all of us differ, we want the same thing. Liverpool back on top. You just might have another method to how you want to get there. That's all that is. Big up Firmino's teeth. I want little man to take Pep's job just to roll up with bag of sweets and say, Taras. Man said take Pep's job, just boy. Mazza and Taji says, bless up team Kopish, we move. In fact, bro, we always move. Trust me, bro. Love as always, man.
By the way, as well, guys, in the chat, like everyone is definitely allowed their opinion. That's fine. But don't everybody just start ganging up on Zabiri because he has a difference of opinion. Come on, people. That's not what we do here. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%. That's what I'm trying to say. Like everyone,
that's not what we do, guys. Come on.
And I'll be honest. Even I'm not Klopp out. We've all said we're not Klopp out. None of us Klopp out. I don't even think Zabiri is not Klopp out. I know that already. But if you're asking a question, it's okay. Like, this is one thing I want us fans not to do, is if you ask a question that might differ from, the majority, it doesn't make you wrong. Like, if you doubt Klopp and some of his methods and you're getting a bit sick and tired of him, that doesn't necessarily make you a bad Liverpool supporter. You're allowed to question things. That's the whole point. Do you know what I mean?
And to his credit, every time he says something, there'll be a reason why he thinks it, which is what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people just say something and they don't even have a reason, which leaves you even more confused as to why they have that conclusion.
Some people just follow fashion, innit? They'll just be like, all right. Because you know what's so mad? Certain man might say there was a big wave tomorrow saying Klopp out. Certain man will just switch and you're like, well, I thought, but too safe. No, I see it now. It's like, bro, you're just following. Like, have your own opinion, innit? Have your reasons. Have your own reasoning as to why you think is what should happen. Do you know what I mean? Don't be that guy. Don't be a follower. Everyone's a leader in their own right. Troy M says, Matt, what's your favorite food, bro? We'll be here all day, bro. I can't even lie, bro. Let me get back to you, Troy, on Friday still. I'm going to be honest. That's a loaded question, bro. You know, like that. Man's got to think about the Caribbean, the Italian, the Thai.
Hi, Matt.
That's a lot of food, bro. It's a lot of food. I can't even lie. But big up yourself, Troy. Let me have a little thing for excuse me, Friday.
Raw, boy, look.
And we could do like top 3 or something.
Matt started thinking about food and lost all composure. Fuck, you know.
No, man, I had to just cough in it, innit? Obviously, like. Hey, bro. Listen. Spoiler alert, I'm having some dinner when we finish this, bro. I don't care.
Hey, whenever we're about to order takeaway, whenever we're together, that's Matt's energy.
Hey, facts. Nah, he ain't even lying. More time. I remember there was one time we was ordering food, was at a brethren's, being Drift, yeah. And to be fair, Drift was doing something normal. He was looking at the menu, but I think like someone was talking to him. And I was like, I think I said to you, like, bro, like, how long did it take you to order for the menu, bro? But that's how I was getting so frustrated. I'm thinking, why is man just like gallivanting? Like, we got order food. Like, what we doing here? Every man's ordering and Drift is chatting or someone's chatting to him. And in my brain, I'm sitting there thinking, nah, this guy's he's not even hungry, bro. He's chill. I'm hungry, bro. But yeah, man, it is what it is.
It was actually my birthday.
Was it your birthday? Was it that day I'm thinking of?
And you still got angry at me because I was taking a phone call from my missus who was just making sure that I was having a good time.
Yeah, but you could have just told her that we're ordering food to call back from. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything needs context.
I was on the phone for a minute. This brother's giving me side eye because them lot. And to be fair to him, the other hungry belly out of the brethren was side eyeing me as well. It was like, you lot can wait 1 extra minute for me to.
Bro, when your belly's cutting, I swear, rationality goes all out the window.
That's what I said. Down. You was blangry, bruv.
So hungry, bro. Zabiri said, "No,
hungry, bro. It's not a good combination."
No, it's true, bro. Zabiri says, "No, let these man keep running the narrative." Like I said, what if Klopp is holding Linda's back? Linda's brought something to the table. Bubak didn't. I'm a free thinker, and I'm proud of that. No, big get yourself, Zabiri. And again, you're allowed to ask questions, bro. You're allowed to ask questions because again, you've even said again, you've never said nothing definitive. Hence why you put the question mark. You're asking a question. It's okay to ask questions, bro. So yeah, you're right. Facts.
Well, what's
And
going
for
on
anyone
there?
else-
People start
No.
coming to view.
Yeah, because he has a different
Oh,
opinion.
no,
No,
no.
not even that, a different opinion. He's asking. Imagine this. He's asking questions. He's
Oh, no,
asking
we ain't-
questions.
We ain't doing that around here, people.
No, man.
Theory's family on this channel. We ain't doing that around there.
He's asking a simple question, bro. People
Yeah,
just
no,
don't
we've
like
already-
it because
we've
they go
already
against
let
the
people
grain.
know.
Well,
We've
yeah,
already
yeah,
let the
yeah.
people know. It's still only a few people anyway.
For real. But yeah, people, I think that's well, there you have it. That's the Monday night. So obviously we'll be back Wednesday, obviously for the game against who we got? We got Ajax. Ajax, innit?
Yay.
We got
Yeah.
Ajax.
We'll be back tomorrow for the
Ajax,
preview.
yeah.
We've settled on
preview
5:30, right, guys, tomorrow for the preview for the Ajax game. So we'll be back for that.
More football.
I
at
won't be there,
Liverpool.
unfortunately. But these guys will be there. Yeah, I missed a really amazing show. Yeah. But no, I'm joking. Make sure you subscribe, obviously, and make sure you watch that. It's all part of the Kop-Ish. You know what I mean? Kopish
Yeah, me
family
and Cal,
stuff, so-
me and Cal will try and determine who's going to start in central midfield out of Curtis Jones and James Milner.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Curtis no look Jones. We move. But yeah, people, listen, like I said before, smash that like button. And in fact, you know what as well? Make sure you subscribe. Do you know the amount of times I've checked and a lot of you aren't subscribers? Subscribe to Team Kopish, people. You know you're getting that Liverpool content, and we are who we are, innit? We're just real with it.
Fair play to Star Dazen, who's saying he wasn't trying to be disrespectful, which I didn't fully think he was. That's why I didn't. Fully
Yeah, because it's not Light Star.
But yeah, but obviously it was just like, yeah, come on, guys, let's not start being of not allowing people to have their own opinions. But yeah,
of course, yeah.
If I'd have thought it was coming across in a vindictive way, then you know what I mean, that would have got pulled up.
Indeed. But no, people, love as always. Smash that like button. Make sure you become a subscriber.
Hold on. I just need to make sure that I read this before because I know Zabiri is capable. Hold on.
I haven't even seen nothing yet. I'm not looking at the comments. So
Yeah, Zabiri can't read that one out, bro.
I mean, it's not.
What's that?
I'll let you read it for yourself. It's not bad, but I don't know if people are gonna.
I let the people then read. I let them read that still.
Yeah, I understand the reaction.
Yeah. But listen, people, it's been a great show as always. It's the Monday night show. Obviously, we'll be back on Wednesday. In fact, sorry, I keep saying Wednesday. Tomorrow, sorry, for the preview. And then the game on Wednesday. Then we got the Prem Panel show. Then we got the Friday night show. Then we got the game.
Hold on. Couple people don't know where to find the UFC watch along. Cal, let them know where they can find that, bro.
Sanderson show.
Drift, you seen UFC in it?
Yeah.
No,
you know what? I'm gonna be. I don't want to start a conversation that's gonna make it end up being like a long thing. I was actually a little bit disappointed with the main card, if I'm being honest. I hate that two fights ended. Two fights ended for bad reasons, and I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed with it.
Okay, we'll talk about that off air still, because yeah. But anyway, people, love as always. We'll see you again for another one tomorrow. People, we out. Love, peace.